So we're going to go ahead and dive in. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us as we dive into episode 20 of Rise of the Sovereign. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a quick introduction of our players, then we're going to do a recap, then we're going to dive into the action tonight. And it's going to be interesting because I don't know what's going to happen. The players don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to see what's going to happen because last week something happened I did not intend. So now we're going to see how that's going to play out. All right.
Quick, all beef puns in the introductions.
All the beef puns, right. So there's definitely an inside joke going on with the beef. All right. So to start with the introduction, we're going to start up top with my friend Ellie.
I'm feeling very blue today.
Okay.
That's my beef pun.
Okay.
There we go. I said it. My name is Ellie, or Albel here on Twitch. I am playing Anne Hoffmore for you this evening.
Fun.
And I am an Arcane Trickster Rogue now with a little bit extra.
A little bit extra.
And we'll find out what extra it is.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
And then below me in the gray sweater, we have...
Where's the beef pun? I didn't hear the... Oh, it was earlier. I see. Hi, I am Laszlo. Hashtag I did nothing wrong. I play a variety of characters, such as Blittle Blorp and Blittle Blorp. And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
And what is Blittle Blorp again?
Blittle Blorp is... I have to remember how to do his voice. It's been so long. Blittle Blorp is a Kuatoa, a fishman,
right.
monk of the Way of the Astral Self.
Right. And then down in the red shirt, I think it's a Robin shirt today, we have...
Yes. I play Sir Loin. How are you doing today? Yeah. I play Goliath, the Vimak, the Goliath Rune Knight.
So you play Vimak, the Goliath Rune Knight. And then down at the bottom in the black sweater, we have...
Hi, I'm Wes. I'm playing Cordan Acosta, the Circle of Stars Druid, and I hope everybody's on their A game tonight because there's a lot at stake.
I'll be on my grade A game. That's it.
All right. And finally, my name is Trevor. I will be your DM tonight. And I will try to herd these cattle into the game that we're going to be playing tonight. So with that, thank you so much. And now we're going to jump into a quick recap of episode 19, which you can always catch up on our episodes on our YouTube channel at Rolling With Advantage. You can also catch up on podcasts. We are on Spotify and Pandora and just about everything. Look up Rise of the Sovereign if you're looking up on podcasts. Now, for the quick recap of episode 19, they had, in episode 18, they had been teleported to safety, and they went to this lighthouse, which is where episode 19 started, to investigate a possible ally, a gold dragon living under this lighthouse just on the outskirts of Waterdeep. They went to investigate the lighthouse, and as they went down, they found the subterranean level, which is what they kind of figured will be. And then they found that there was other people had gotten there just before them, and they heard the signs of battle going on in the distance, and they heard the roaring, and then something horrible was happening. But they could hear the sound of the dragon, sound of battle. And as they got closer and they saw this other cavern that was getting illuminated with dragon breath, they came across all of these bodies that were charred, and they came across the bodies of mind flayers that had obviously gone down there to capture or to fight this dragon. Well, just as they turned the corner, they saw just hordes of these intellect devourers and mind flayers just getting incinerated. But just as they entered the cavern, one of the intellect devourers actually had jumped in and taken over the gold dragon. Now, at this moment, as the DM, I'm like, surely they'll run. But no, not this group. They charged right in to fight the adult dragon, and it was looking pretty bad. And everyone was fighting and doing crazy stuff. And one of the things that was interesting about that battle was that Cordan went and prayed to his patron, to his deity, for help. And that help came from one of the pixies from his tree back at his grove, kind of some way teleported to him and delivered him something that he needed. But more importantly, he got there in time to polymorph Vimak into a giant ape. And the giant ape then went and fought the giant dragon, so we had our own version of monkey versus lizard. And as they fought, it still wasn't going too well until the lowliest of heroes, our Kuatoa friend, asked a very simple question, and I made a ruling on the spot, and I think I absolutely stand by it, that as an astral self monk, he has these spectral fists that he wanted to reach through the dragon and punch the intellect devourer. And I was like, that's a perfect way
For the
to
body
use that.
itself is but an illusion.
Correct.
the
So
ass-
he actually punched
within us.
through, and he did actually able to hit the intellect devourer, and actually and in a couple of rounds he was able to knock the intellect devourer out, freeing the gold dragon. And instead of fighting or dying to the dragon or somehow beating the dragon, they were actually able to ally the gold dragon, which was the intent originally, but they actually succeeded in doing that. And with that, the gold dragon turned himself into a dwarf and said, we need to go meet the rest of your allies. And so now they have traveled back to their stronghold just outside of Waterdeep and the town of Undercliff. We returned to the scene of their stronghold they've built up over the last several months. And now they're coming back with a gold dragon, or a dwarf named Aranox, who they know is a gold dragon. And that is where we're going to pick up the story. We're going to pick up, now for everyone watching or listening, just know that there's going to be a lot of NPCs and people talking tonight, and I will do my best to kind of talk to who is talking, because there's a lot of people that we've met. So just try to stay with us as we go. I've got something I can put up for us to have all of the characters together. But as we walk into town, Aranox in tow, we're going to start with Cordan down at the bottom. So Cordan, you're walking in town. As you walk into the stronghold, you see it's very busy. It's much busier than you recall. There are hundreds of people around, and there are tents, and there are in the trees. There are like little hovels being made, like makeshift. There's a lot of people that are coming in and are setting up, and you notice that a lot of them seem to be rangers, druid, children of the nature, children of the wild. And one of the people that you notice, you look around, you see your old friend Sork. If you'll remember Sork from earlier, he was a druid friend, and you know that he's kind of walking around, and he was with the druid guild that you were with as well. So you see him in the distance, and he seems to have brought a lot of friends.
I'll approach him and say, "You heard the call."
Well, no, remember we spoke, and we talked about everything, and I traveled and I sent word, and well, we're here to fight and to take back the city.
Excellent. There's a grove close by if anyone would like to commune over there.
Oh, we've been in commune with Falcon. The Harpers are here. We are about 500 strong.
500?
Yes.
That's a large number. I'm not sure what our next step is, but we will inform everyone as soon as we have plans.
Oh, good. I would, if you go and speak to your lord, I would like to speak to him as well. The rumor is that your lord is here, but we have not met him yet.
I will speak with him about gaining an audience with everyone.
Well, we'll continue to make camp, and we saw that your tree needed tending, so we've been here working with the tree.
I appreciate it.
As you were having this conversation with Sork, you look about Vimak, you see that there's several Goliath, there's several, like 20, 30 Goliath are out there as well. You see Arabarun in the distance. He is the chieftain. So this giant Goliath sees you walking back in, and he reaches up his giant and goes, "Hail, friend!"
Hail, Arabarun. What's all the hustle and bustle? What's going on?
Oh, seems that we've had more show up. We've had more dwarves show up, and now we've had some of these woodland folk. They're small and scrawny, but we'll let them heal us in the back while we do the fighting, eh?
I'll look around and see if I can figure out what he's talking about.
You look around and you see in the distance like several like elves and halflings and several nature folk out in the woods seem to be like setting up. I would say tents, but it's more like they're pushing brush and things together and kind of making like there are some defenses built around, but the harpers are actually they don't want to cut down anything, so they're using like reusing wood and things like that. But they're setting up defenses around the outside as well.
Ah, elves. Back where we come from, we call them twig blights.
That's right. That's right.
They'll be good for fodder.
So, you look like you've been in combat.
Yes. This dwarf, I don't know if the dwarf is with us.
He's standing next to you, yes.
I mean, like, this is a formidable ally.
Oh,
that
good. We've had dealings with the dwarves in the past. I know they are quite well. I don't see you carrying an axe or a blade of any type, but we'll get you one, good sir.
Yes. Yeah. We'll probably need, yeah. What do you say? Yeah.
And he's carrying like a walking stick, like a staff. And he just looks and goes, "Oh, I think I'll handle myself with this." And he looks over. Aranox, looking over at Vimak, says, "Now, where is your lord? I much would like to speak with him."
I'll lead him over to the inside, and then the.
All right, so you start heading over to the underground. As you're doing that, now the Kuatoa, as you walk over, they're still in the water. Little Blorb, you look over and you can see the water turning. They seem to be kind of keeping away, but you do see Hilfin and Sibgil are both are kind of sticking their heads out of the water. So you do see them, and they're kind of looking at you and kind of motioning you over.
I proceed over to them. Hilfin, what Sibgil? Sibgil, Hilfin, tell me, what is the latest news from her?
We are worried. We haven't heard from our master. We've been constructing.
What are you worried about? Lorex?
Yes, Lorex is gone.
What do you mean he's gone? We follow in his footsteps of undying servitude to the House of Harthamel.
Oh, we still serve, but we started to build a shrine to him in the grotto.
Yes, of course, the shrine.
But have you heard from him? We're quite worried.
No, you say he's gone?
Well, we haven't heard from him. He hasn't been speaking to us.
Oh, yes, well, we seek fulfillment by following in his footsteps and breaking the bonds of servitude. We shall go our own way. Continue erecting the shrine. We shall await his eventual return.
Oh, yes. I hear there's a lot of hustle and bustle about. Have you seen? And he's kind of sticking his head out of his water and goes, the one that brought us food has been gone as well. We need food.
Well, there's no food.
Well, no.
We shall secure the food. I'll find Cordan and we'll discuss this. It's not enough food coming down the river.
We've eaten it all.
All of it? There's not more coming? I thought, all right. I'll speak with Cordan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And as you're having that conversation, we go up top to Anne. As you're walking in, now Soto is with you, and he's looking around, and he's like, I smell something. It's incense. Do you smell that?
Do I smell that?
You don't at first, but you look over, and Soto his nose is in the air. He smells some type of incense.
Lead me to him. To the smell.
And he's like, it's coming from the tavern. It's quite odd. It's like it's people use it in ritual magic or so.
I'd follow Soto.
So Soto leads you in, and you walk into the tavern. Now, are you in Anne form? What form are you in at this point?
I probably would have switched into Giselle. I wouldn't walk into the camp.
Okay. So you go in as Giselle. You open the door, and sitting there is someone you saw briefly weeks ago in Waterdeep. Elminster, the wizard, is sitting in the the tavern itself that you've built. So you see his red cloak. He's got his red hat sitting off to the side, long, beard, and he's sitting here drinking his ale, and he's got this like his book out on the table, his spell book or mage book, and he's got all of these like candles burning and incense burning as he's kind of going off. And he's kind of got this like corner off to the side. As you walk in, he looks up, he sees you, and then he quickly goes back to reading.
I would walk over to him. Hi, I'm so sorry. We do try to keep this as a smoke-free environment. So it can be sensitive to some people. Can I provide you with a space maybe to perform whatever you were performing?
Yes. I was just trying to divine some information, but no. I can. And he quickly he puts his hands like this, and the smoke like it goes into his hand and dissipates. And he goes, "No, I do apologize." And he closes his book. You do have a space. I would like.
Absolutely. And I would take him to one of the upstairs rooms.
Okay.
Having
Smoking or not
recognized him
smoking?
as.
All right. So he takes him upstairs, and as he's walking up, he goes, "I was waiting to hear. I was hoping that." He goes, "Do you know this Anne?"
Why are you looking for Anne? I do know.
I spoke with the Lord earlier, and he said that we would conference as soon as Anne had returned.
The Lord, who did you speak with?
And he looks around and goes, Miles.
Okay. Yeah. I'll get you set up right here, and I'll get Anne. Were you looking for anybody else?
No, he just said to wait here until Anne returned.
Okay. I would lead him to a room, walk out, change, walk back in. Not tip
I
my
love
hat that
all of
quickly.
this.
I
Yeah.
would wait an appropriate amount of time before I
Right.
walked in.
Okay. All right. So as you re-enter as Anne, you have changed form. You come back in and you see that he's sitting in the upstairs room again. He's starting to get set back up, and he looks up. He goes, "Oh, madam," and he kind of bows. "Are you this Anne that I keep hearing about?"
I am she.
Your reputation is quite puzzling. I've heard both good and horrible things about you.
Things can be exaggerated
Oh, I know.
in both ways.
I know. I have many friends whose reputations are quite exaggerated. I spoke to your uncle. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes, and he said that after you got here, that you and I and your friends would get together for a conference of some sort. Are you ready to do that?
Yes, I can arrange the other people. What is this in regards to? May I ask?
Oh, you don't have to be shy, child. We have to take our city back.
I will gather the troops and be right back.
Good. I'll gather. And he kind of starts putting his things back in his bag. He picks up his hat and puts it back on. So you walk down, and now this has been something that has been weighing heavily on you and the rest of the party, is the eventual return of finding out what Elminster would know. And it's something y'all been worried about, and it seems like he's already talked to Miles, and for a long period of time you thought that they would be at odds with each other because of the whole Fae incident. That doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, so at this point, we get back down to the tavern. A few moments pass, everyone kind of comes back together. So now the party's back together, we're in the tavern. And so we have Little Blorp, Vimak, Cordan is there, Soto is there as well. He kind of always is a few feet behind Anne at this point. So all of you are back down sitting at the table, so now we can all kind of have a conversation together.
Cordan, the Kuto are very hungry.
There are other druids who can help.
Where would we find these other druids?
Walk around outside.
Walk around. I'm just used to the water.
We'll handle that later. They've
Okay,
survived.
thank you.
Who all do we have in attendance? So we have Arnak.
Ornox with us?
Yes. Yes.
So what is this council? What is this council of elders? Or who do we have down here?
So right now you're in the tavern. It's the four of you. It's Soto, and then Arnox he's in the tavern. He's not sitting at your table. He's just kind of walking about, talking to people, kind of getting the lay of the situation. But you see a lot of people walking about. There's also more dwarves that you don't recognize as well. You do look over and you see Vaughn, the eldest of the Stormpikes, and he goes, "Oh yes. We have more coming, but some of our clan have arrived as well."
Excellent. And I'm going to grab my group and say, we'll be back, and we're going to try to slip into the underground.
Okay. All right. So if everyone's okay, so the four of you are now going to go to the underground and talk to Miles. Now, when you get down there, remember Miles, who was elderly before, after the destruction of his last, or supposedly his only phylactery, he's a young man now. You see him, and as you come down, you see that he's not wearing like his basically like his house coat and robes and everything. Like he's fit, and he's got like part of, like, not fully plated, but some of his armor is on. And he's looking about, and he looks down and he goes, "Oh, Anne, good to see you. Welcome back. So how did your adventure turn out?"
It was an adventure. It did not quite go according to plan, but
Well, things seldom do. I would love to hear it, but there's a lot of bustle about the camp. I don't know if you noticed.
I can see.
Yes, I believe it's finally happening. And he goes, "Where's Vadonia?" Ceridwen, you know her, but Vadonia is what we should really be starting calling her now. He looks over, and you see Ceridwen coming out, but she looks younger, like she's taken on a younger form, and she's wearing her regal robes, and she looks like full-on nobility, and a much different and younger look than we've seen
What
before.
has happened with the two of you?
We are preparing for the confrontation.
Where does this renewed vigor come from?
Oh, well, for her, it's just part of her abilities, but for me, it's whenever we created I didn't, but whenever the phylacteries were created, they took a part of my essence, and now that they are gone, my essence has returned to me, so I am as I was.
So you are no longer...
I don't know. I am who I am. I don't know. I don't understand the incantations of that vile fiend. All I know is now I feel fit and ready to fight again.
I'm going to clasp him on the shoulder and go, "Excellent. There's a bunch of people that want to talk to you. We're going up to the inn."
Oh, good. And he stopped and goes, "Well, perhaps it would be better if you bring the leaders here, since this place is shielded from us prying eyes."
So you're okay with them coming down here?
Yes, I believe at this point it is time to get. And we've already spoken to the one that was the Elementor. We've already spoken to him. I spoke to him in the tavern.
Okay, well, if we
I'll
have
go.
a table or some chairs or
I'll
something.
go.
Okay,
As well.
so at this point, it kind of get out to the leaders of the groups that we're going to have a council and to get everyone together. And for ease of sake, I'm going to pull all the people into the meeting so that we can kind of see. So at this point, we're going to have a council of everyone that has gathered here. So let's have a council.
Council of Robot Elders.
Correct. All right. So these are the characters that are in attendance to the council. So the four of you, and then top left we have Alaric, who is young, Miles, but now he's known as Alaric. That's his original name. We have Ceridwen, who is next. Now that is Vadonia. She is the last of the Baravons, apparently. Now we have a dwarf, but we also know that he's the Gold Dragon Arnix. We have Elminster, the Red Mage with the red hat. We have a couple of members of the Stormpike clan. Thorbrick and Vaughn are in attendance. We also have the Wildheart clan is here as well, which is going to be Blaze, Thornton, and Mari. We also have Soto, who is going to be staying very close to Anne. We have a few members of the Kuatoa. We have Akil, Sibgilt, and Hilfin, And then we also have Sork, who is kind of we'll say the emissary of the Harpers. And then we also have Arabarun and Galma, who has also returned from her journeys for the Volanavi clan. And also recently appearing is Minsk with Boo. So now
Hooray!
Got a party
Everyone-
going on in here.
everyone is together. And at this point, it is time for everyone to kind of share. They have this big feast. They bring out a big meal. They're summoning food, and it's a feast. It's a party, but it's also a chance for everyone to go around and to kind of tell their stories. And they start with the head of the table, which is going to be Alaric and Vidonia, or as we know them as Miles and Ceridwen. But for now, we will call them Alaric and Vidonia. So Alaric and Vidonia, they tell their story that goes back 5,000 years. And for the sake of brevity, we've heard the story, but basically they tell their story of how 5,000 years ago that the Baravon house fell to this uprising that had to do with the fact that these Mind Flayer, these Illithid, or the Collective, had taken over the city and basically had ousted them. And she apparently was the last survivor, and they then fell in with some lich named Acerak, who made some deals with them, but for the sake of brevity, we'll go through. They both became liches and have been in hiding and trying to figure out a way over the centuries and millennia to defeat these Illithid. And as they tell this story, there's some interjection between Elminster and also Aranax, who both comment the fact that these have been here for so long is very troubling, because generally there's not a problem if you can deal with it quickly. But given the time they've been here for so long and their roots are dug so deep into the city, the question is, how far out does it go? And as they're talking about that, Arnak seems to have a lot of information that is surprising. He knows a lot about what's going on. And Arnax kind of looks over and tells everyone, goes, well, as my story was, I was not overly aware of what was happening until, by fate, I was on the verge of being captured and taken over by these things. And our friend, and he looks around at the Kuato, he goes, oh, that one there with the hat. Yes, you were the one that changed the day. What was your name? Blittleblorp.
I am Blittleblorp.
Yes, Blittleblorp. By fate, as I was...
He kind of looks over at Vimak and nods.
Vimak says, tell him.
Well, we follow the mighty Lorex and seeking fulfillment by unending breaking the bonds of servitude.
And everyone kind of like raises their mug to the surprising hero of the moment. And
what's so surprising about it?
And Arnox goes back, he goes, well, as the role of fate has that as I was being taken over by this thing, I momentarily was part of this collective, and I know a lot. I have learned a lot, and I know where the mother is. I saw her.
Did you hear the music?
I did. In fact, I don't hear it now, but as we were traveling here, I could hear music. That's interesting. Music. How do you know about that? Have you been taken over?
I'll point to Vimak.
I have. Very close to becoming part of them.
Oh, so you know that eerie sound. When I heard it, I was enraptured by it and controlled by it, and I could hear her voice, and I'm telling you, she's here. She's under the city. In fact, she's under the castle keep.
That's what we deduced as well.
I believe I could draw a map. I believe we could find her. My mind was there, and when you're part of the collective, you're connected to all of them. And in that moment, I was connected to all of them, and I'm telling you, I know where she is.
Okay.
You can hear it as you approach others who are dominated still, if you are like our friend Vimak here.
Yes, I can.
So here's our question. Do we believe if we take this mother out, that it will affect the others?
I believe so. She's the one that makes the song, and it would at least disconnect them all to their hive mind, if you would. Think of her as maybe like a queen bee. And when she says that, Sort goes, "Oh, yes." Sort kind of picks up the furball and understanding the meaning of the hive mind.
So we have a target. Now we need a plan.
Mari gets up and goes, she drinks from it, I say we go in and we eat it.
Thank you, Mari.
And everyone kind of looks around, and some of them are like, oh, they're good. And you see the other two, Wildheart, kind of put their hands on her shoulder and kind of sit her back down and go, just wait. And Mince stands up and he goes, I believe that is a good plan. I'll kill it, you eat it. And everyone kind of laughs at that. And Minsk, you see, is kind of hanging out with Arabarun and Galma. Like, he's kind of found his people with the Goliath. But... And as Alaric goes, he goes, we have a plan, yes, but how do we infiltrate this? And Arabarun, Aranax, the dragon, the dwarf, he goes, well, that's the problem. There are many, many guards and lairs. It would be hard for us to storm the city and get down and fight our way through. Even with the forces that we have, the city would defend it.
What if we could incite something in the city that would draw many guards above ground?
A distraction.
Something of the sort. Maybe we could use a previous issue to cause some unrest. What if we used the food shortage to incite a riot?
And as you say that, Arabarun goes, why don't we just attack the city?
We could just have Anne show up in the middle.
We could have Anne show up in the middle to lead the citizens against the ruling class who has taken all the food.
We are able to disguise ourselves. We could have multiple Annes show up at different parts of the city.
Oh.
Oh, Little Blorb, that is an awesome idea.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What does Elminster say? What do you say, sir?
As you reach over to Elminster, you see that he's sitting there and he's kind of nodding. His eyes are closed as if he's listening. And he kind of catches too, goes, oh, sorry, I received word of something. It seems that the city is already under attack.
By who?
The reports are impossible. They said dragons.
We'll look to Aranax.
And Aranax goes, no, that is impossible. I am the only dragon that is allowed because of the wards of Waterdeep. There can be no other dragons. And Elminster looks over and goes, one moment. And he reaches and he pulls out. He goes, I cannot see in here. Is there a reason I cannot see beyond these walls?
And Alaric would have to say something.
And Alaric goes, and he reaches over and goes, no, we warded against such things to keep this conversation safe. And Elminster goes, fine. And he gets up from his table and he leaves. And he kind of makes his way out of the crypt that y'all are in. And as he leaves, you notice that Galma, the other soothsayer or whatever, the seer, right? She looks over and goes, I would also like to add that I traveled and I spoke to the giants, storm giants, and they seem to be worried about something else beyond that. They seem to think that the problem in Waterdeep is our problem, but there's something greater coming.
Oh, yes, there is. And I guess we'll recount the story, because she wasn't there for that, of being on the ship and, how we are on a different world with this.
So as you were telling the story of seeing the giant comet, that's not really a comet, of say it's some type of something else, that spreads the spore of these illithid,
A rocket, if you will.
Elminster comes down, shaking his head. He goes, "No, it is true. The dragons are attacking the city, but they seem to have taken out the Mages Guild."
What? The Mages
It's
Guild
the
is
mages.
what they feared the most. The collective.
If the intellect of ours tried to take over one dragon, why not a whole army of them?
And why not that being part of the army? And then there's
Well-
no reason to have wards.
Well, actually, no, that doesn't make sense, because the reports that I got were there were a few other dragons, but they were mainly brought up of white dragons, very intelligent, probably the least intelligent of all the dragons. And he says that, Arnox goes, I can absolutely confirm that to be true. It would be an
So-
easy target.
So they're trying to take the Mages Guild out now so that Elminster is returned, right?
Yeah.
Why do they fear the Mages Guild so much over all the others?
And Arnox reaches up, he goes, I think I can tell you that. They fear ones with higher intellect. They're harder to take over. It took them several opportunities to try to grab me. But someone of Elminster's ilk and his intellect, those devourers would have no chance to take him over.
Interesting. Well, then we're kind of called to action now.
Yeah, are they still assaulting the Mages Guild?
It's happening now.
Should we
You
go
guys
and
say-
try to assist?
And Elminster goes, well, we should. Those are some of my students and my friends. And then Arnox
Potentially
stops
our
and,
strongest allies.
and Arnox grabs and goes, oh, we use this opportunity.
Because if we do take out the mother, then maybe the dragons will stop and lose the connection.
And in this moment,
Agreed.
Alaric stops and he looks over and goes, Anne, you've been in the Mages Guild. What are your thoughts?
I've been there, but I don't know. I can agree with using it as a distraction, but I don't want to see my friends burn.
Well, perhaps we go and try to stop them. Or maybe some of us go to try to stop them.
Yes, we have many here. We can send some to, at the very least, aid in the destruction, but potentially save some of them. And then we would also have lead an attack against the mother.
I agree.
I think we need to send a strong team against the mother. I think we have to.
Elminster
But
goes, all right. And he looks over at Alaric and goes, Alaric, you take the dragons. I'll take the mother. And Alaric looks over and he goes, I can do that. And Vidonia next to him says, I will go as well. And this is the first time you see Alaric look and go, no, but Arnex reaches over and puts his hand on the shoulder of Alaric and goes, she'll be with me. I'll go with you as well. So it seems that Arnex and Alaric and Vidonia are going to lead the charge to protect the Mages Guild and because they are allies, and to fight the dragons.
I would ask that the strongest among us, my brother, should come with us to fight the mother. And Little Blorp points right at Boo.
Boo? And
Yeah.
you point at Boo, and Mince goes, Boo and I will see it done. We will go with you, and we look forward to another adventure with the mighty Elminster.
Who else?
Mari stands up and he goes, I've never tasted dragon before. Is it good? And with that, Arnex kind of like shoots his eyes over at her, and he goes, I'll allow that because we're talking about the children of Tiamat. You may eat them. So the Wildheart clan wants to go after the dragons.
Okay.
So you're going to need to have a lot of your forces going into the city. So I believe the Harpers, possibly. What do you want to do with the Kuatoa?
They will come with me.
Okay.
I kind of want to see him. I want to see him fighting.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna split. So there will be some dwarves that will stay behind the camp, but the majority of the Harpers will go into the city to fight the dragons. The Kuatoa will go with you, as well as Minsk and Elminster will go after Mother, which is going to be in the castle ward. I believe that's everybody. Oh, and the Valanavi clan will also be going with to fight the dragons.
Okay.
So with that, where's the party going? Dragons or Mother?
Mother.
Anne?
Mother.
All right. So the party is going. The party is not splitting, but the council is splitting. All right. So let's write this down. So with you, you're going to have Elminster. You're going to have Minsk. And you're going to have, how many Kuatoa are we up to?
That's a good question.
I believe there's 20 Kuatoa.
Around 20-something?
Okay. Okay. So...
Is Soto going?
Oh, where is Soto going? Soto will always be going
With me.
with Anne.
And Solstice. Solstice is coming too.
Right. All right.
Do I also have time to perform a 10-minute ritual?
We're going to, yes, you will have time to perform a 10-minute ritual. So that you can get
Soot
Soot back.
3.0?
Soot
Yeah.
3.0. Is Soot going, what is Soot going to be this time?
Soot'll probably still be a dragon.
Okay.
A little pseudo dragon.
Does he look different than the previous iteration of Pseudo Dragon?
Maybe a little bit.
He's got
more
racing
than-
stripes.
He's a little chunkier. Little
Is
chunky
he
one.
more like a flying cow? Is that what you're asking?
That is not what I was asking, but it is now.
All right.
Oh,
So at this point, we're going to have a very massive, big scale thing, and we're going to do it a little different than we did last time. We're going to kind of narrate through a lot of things that are happening as you are going to be moving to the city. Now, the issue is going to be, now there's a lot of you. How are you going to be planning to move through the city? You're just going to move through the chaos?
We can take a ton of the berries. Just pop them every hour.
How many of us can we transform into Anne?
You do have 40 of those berries.
yeah.
I'm going to look and see if they have the other one that I need, because I need it now.
All right, so just for the sake of argument, we will have a long rest. Everyone is started over, but you will have 2 pumpkins, servings of pumpkin.
Okay.
And that is for anyone to get a spell slot back.
I'll give the second one to Elminster.
Oh. He goes, oh, that is a mighty gift, my good friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. That will definitely be useful. Let us go. And so at this point, camp is breaking, and everyone is, the forces who were building for defense, are now heading into the city. As you get closer to the city, there's kind of a divergence here of, most of the party and army are going to the main gate. Your party is moving off to a second. Now the problem is y'all are traveling with 20 Kuatoa. Are y'all going to do anything about that, or just charge in with Kuatoa?
Well, they don't know we have Kuatoa, right?
Should we let them swim and try and find their, are they following us specifically, or should we send them through the water to meet us?
Berries?
You want to give them berries or have them swim?
I think we want to give them berries.
I'm down for either one. I think both are great ideas.
There's a water source that goes up to the
Not
keep.
to the keep, unless they took sewers or something like that.
Yeah, so
we could put
berries. Yeah.
Well, one last question: do we want the Kuoto with us, or do we want to give them the berries and have 20 of them fan out across the city and cause further distraction and chaos? And they could take to the waterways if.
That's true. I don't want to send them out to slaughter, but if they were to look like Anne and she's the most wanted, they could, like his idea, lead them on a goose chase and then just jump in the water.
I do like that.
Big brain little blorp. I love it.
Look at the big brain on Blittle Blorp. Okay.
Big brain.
All right, so the Kuoto are going to break off, and they're all going to take a berry and turn into Anne. So there will be 20 fake Annes running through the city, causing chaos to further help this whole issue. So
I love it.
So there will be 20 Annes running around town. I love this. I love all of this. Okay.
So how many non-Kuotoa do we have going with the mother group?
It's U4, Elminster, Minsk, Soto, Solstice,
And Solstice.
And Boo.
And Boo.
8 humanoids.
So it'd be U4, Elminster, Minsk, and Soto.
So
7.
okay, 7 humanoids. Okay.
Okay.
Duly noted.
Let's go to Waterdeep. I have a new Waterdeep map.
Oh boy.
It's purdy.
I don't like you, Waterdeep. You've changed.
Thank you, Incarnate, for the this beautiful map. All right, so this is a new version of the Waterdeep map. All right, so basically what we've got is you've got a couple of different the main road here, and as you go into the city itself, let's see.
Excuse me.
All right. As we go into the city itself, the scene here is you look over and you see several dragons strafing the city. Giant white dragons. You do see a blue dragon shooting lightning as well. It seems to be a little bit bigger than the others. You mainly see white dragons casting their frost breath. So as you're running through the city, like the city is just being attacked, you see the city guard are in flight. The griffin, the knights, they're flying up trying to fight the dragons. And you do see in the distance there's several different outskirts. The Mages Guild is not. There's a big one, and there's all these smaller ones. They're doing strafing hits and hitting all of them, but you do see spells flying out from all over the place as the city is under siege. There's mass chaos going around. Guards are looking around. Archers, you see arrows flying up. There's all types of things going on. As you go through on the walls itself, you see giant scorpion ballistas getting lined up to fire shots out in the sky. But you do see one thing as you're running through, and you've spent a lot of time here, and you've always heard that in the time of trouble, in the time that the city needed, the giant walking statues of the city would rise up. That was the legend. And as you're running around and looking, you're not seeing those coming to life. Like, it makes you wonder if it was just a fable, that the fact that you were expecting these things to come to life and they aren't. As the city is under siege. So as you're running in, the northern army that you've sent with all of the druids, the rangers, they're all leaving. In the distance, you see Aranok, the giant gold dragon, riding out. You see that there is a rider on his back, and it's Vidonia. And you also see down on the ground in the distance, you see that Miles, or Ulrich now, is in his full black with armor with this gold trim. He's got this giant magic shield, and he has this flail as he's running through the city as well. So the army is moving in. You see the giant dragon going in with Vidonia on its back, and his fire breath is bathing this not the city, but like you can see it cascading over the walls as there's this massive dragon battle going on up top. The rest of you run through the city itself. As you're running up, you see mass chaos. There's death in the streets. You're running over bodies that have been completely frozen to the ground from just the strafing attacks of the dragons. And you get to the market. This is the city market, which is very, very, very busy, and it is mass chaos. It's mass pandemonium. As let's make sure that this is where we are. So as you're running through the city, you're seeing all of this mass chaos of all these things happening. Cordan, you are very perceptive as you're running through. You see that Elminster is ahead of you, but in the distance, you see several dragons flying about, and you see, like, basically you're running by the yawning portal, and you see it is just emptied as all of these adventurers and heroes are running out of the tavern itself, and some of them are taking flight. You see one. You notice this gold dragonborn you noticed earlier with these kobolds are running up, and you look over and you recognize Bellatrix from long ago. You recognize her. You see the kobolds all enchanting her with different magic. She sprouts these luminous wings and takes flight as Bellatrix goes and flies.
Can I shout something to her?
Huh?
Can I shout something to her?
Yes.
Save the Mages Guild!
And she looks over and she looks over and she kind of gives you a nod and kind of like turns to move towards it. You see a few white dragons in the distance that are circling about that are attacking the Mages Guild, and you can see that it is almost completely covered in ice except for this one balcony that has this giant bubble around it, and they're shooting spells out of the top of it as all of the mages are kind of attacking that. So all of this is going on, and all this mass chaos. You run through. As you get to the market, Cordan, you look over and you see all these guards go, "There she is, get her!" And they start running as you see Anne, a different Anne, running through the market, and the guards are chasing, and you hear this scream, and you hear this voice, and you're like, I think that's Hilfin. I think Hilfin is leading them away, dressed as Anne, running through the market, and the guards are chasing her. And so for that, we move up and we go to, you're running through the market. So as you're going through the market, what does anybody want to do as you're running through the market? So real quick, we'll start up top with Ellie. Anne, what do you want to do?
I'd just still be running. I probably would also be running like as just complete, like nondescript male.
Okay.
Like, I do not look like Anne. I don't look like Charlotte. Just
a guy.
Nondescript human guy.
Okay. All right. Blittle Blorp. What's the big brain doing?
Big Brain wasn't braining at all, so he's going back to his swaggery pirate.
Okay, so you're just running through as a pirate.
Yeah.
Vimak, you're just running through. What are you doing?
I'm in full Martha Stewart regalia.
So the old woman, the old lady is running as well. Okay. Hang on a second. I think my
She used to
camera
live in a
froze.
shoe.
Yeah, you're frozen on mine.
Give me a pause. Hang on. Uno momento. Nope. Let me find out what's happened to my camera. It done broke.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to do what I was going to do. Unless he's left. Has he left?
No, hang on.
Okay.
Little Blorp, as the pirate, is taking like these long strides, and he's got like
I'm back.
piece of fabric swaying off of his pantaloons.
My apologies. I had to go kick my camera. All right, so I am back. All right, so we've got the full Martha Stewart running through the city, and what is Cordan doing?
I'm gathering the non-Kuatoa in a group,
Okay,
and I'm casting a spell on all of us.
okay. There's 7 of you. What are you doing?
I'm casting water breathing.
Water breathing.
It lasts for 24 hours.
Okay, good. So as you run through the city, you stop.
What
And
is the spell you're casting on me?
is that a concentration spell?
No.
Oh, yeah, everyone just water breathing. Okay. Yeah. Little Borb goes, what is the point?
No, that's what I said.
Oh,
That's why I said the non-Kuatoa.
All right. All right, so you run up, you
I'm a
stop the
pirate.
party and run, you cast that on everybody really quick, and Elminster stops and he goes, Cordan, that was a very good plan. We don't know what we're going to find in the city. Very, very insightful. Quickly, we must keep going. And as you're running through the city, you see the castle ward up, and you're just sprinting through the city as mass chaos is happening. As you turn another corner and you go down the street, you see more guards running after. As you see two different ants run and then split down different alleys as the guards are. They're basically carving a path for you as the guards are seeing the most wanted person in Waterdeep running around. They're like, get her! So this is working out perfectly. As you're running, you get to the castle gates itself. Now, as you get to the castle ward, you look over and you see this giant wall around you. And let me move to the castle ward. And we get to the castle ward itself. Now, here you see the giant cherry blossoms that are entering. The gates are closed. And this area looks very fortified. The battle and everything is going on is in the distance. This looks fortified. The gates are opening. You see several mounted guards about to leave. Several of them are carrying the sigil of Helm. They're kind of marching through. You kind of recognize not them, but the sigil you definitely recognize from earlier. So as you're running towards the gates, Elminster stops you and stops everyone and kind of stands there as they're going through. The guards, they stop, and he goes, and you hear one of the guards look and point towards Elminster and say, "He's one of the traitors, get him!" And the 7 mounted guards start moving to attack Elminster. So
Little Blorb tries to stop them and waves his arms and listen, my friends. No, let's talk for a moment. Come here.
Quickly, I want to grab Elminster and say, if I take something inside, could you teleport the rest of the group to it?
He goes, yes, I probably. What are you trying to do?
Give me whatever focus you have. I'll get us past this.
Oh, we'll do it. And as he goes forward, he stops and he says, "No, friends, please." And when he says that, he puts his hand across, and this giant wall of fire lights up in front of him as the horses kind of draw back, and there's this giant wall of fire. He's creating a way for you to go. He says, "Go now, go, all of you, go!" And he's got this giant wall of fire, and he's basically letting y'all go, and he's like backing the rest of you in. Minsk runs over and he kind of taps. He goes, "Elminster, we could have taken them." So with that, Vimak, what are you going to do? There are
diplomacy.
There's 7 guards on the other side of this wall of fire that's separating you and the guards at this point.
I guess we'll just keep running. I don't want to kill anybody I don't have to, but...
Fair. Okay. So basically, this is happening here on the outside. This wall of fire is basically opening, like, kind of in between the gates, and he's basically created this hedge between the both of you, this wall of fire hedge. So you all could run through, and he's kind of holding it, and he's basically like, he's following behind you, but he's just kind of keeping them at bay. He doesn't seem to be overly concerned. He's just more like trying to create a barrier. They all are kind of shouting and calling, and one of the guards reaches over and pulls out a horn and starts blowing on a horn, which then other horns start echoing throughout the chamber. So at this point,
by the time they're blowing those horns, we're already going.
Right. Everyone else is. So the 4 of you are running. Soto is with you as well. So the 5 of you are running. Minsk is right behind you. As you get to this gate, you see from this gate, they quickly close these iron gates in front of you, and locking the city down. Now, you know that you've got to get back here. It's supposedly, according to Arnex, it's under the main keep. At this point, you're here. So Elminster's behind you, holding off the guards. Y'all are now in front of these giant iron gates. What are you going to do?
I want to say to him, if you have a way of... If you can get to me, I can get to the inside. If you can somehow get everyone else to me.
Are you saying that to Elminster?
Yes.
I believe I can do that.
All right. Do I need to take anything with me?
And he looks over and he goes, "Yes, here." And he throws you this orb, and you catch this crystal ball in his hand. He goes, take that. I can do. I know what you're trying to do. I believe. I see your plan. He's trying to do that. He goes. He's holding up this giant wall of fire with his. He goes, take that with you.
All right. As I grab it, my hand will turn into a claw, and I'm turning into a bird and flying.
Because you can fly now.
I can fly now.
Flying speed.
I forgot
Flying
the party is officially level 8, and we finally can turn
Gordon
into.
Poppins, I love it.
All right, Gordon Poppins.
So I'm going to turn into a crow. That way I don't look out of place with the shiny thing.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to pop on top of the wall, look around, pop on top of the roof over there, look around, pop down into the courtyard.
As you're flying, you hear these horns, and because you're so perceptive, you're looking about, and in the distance, you see that the horns have attracted the blue dragon, and is coming this way.
I'm going to fly low to the ground,
Okay.
and then try to keep some cover between me and it to get to basically here.
All right. You disappear over as you're flying with this thing. You fly over. What's the rest? This is going to take you a minute to fly and duck and dive and do all of that. So basically, the rest of the party sees Cordan turn into this crow with his talons grab this orb and then fly out over the city itself. As that's happening, what's the other three of you doing? So let's go to Vimak. What are you doing? You got this giant iron gate in front of you.
All right. Is this something that Vimak thinks he could break down if he were to Hulk out?
There's nothing Vimak couldn't break through if he did. If he hulked out.
All right. So he's going to Hulk out,
Okay.
and then he's going to just start wailing on
All
it.
right. So are you still Martha Stewart, or are you just shedding that at this point?
Go, Martha.
Yeah, Martha. Yeah.
All right,
got it,
so
got it.
Martha gets even bigger as you hulk out and you use your giant's might ability to grow in stature, and you pull out this giant maul. Now, are you hitting the maul? I'm sorry, are you hitting the maul with the door, or are you just trying to like push it open?
Yeah, I'm going to hit it with my maul first.
All right,
see
so
just what happens.
you rear back and you hit it with the maul. Give me an attack. Actually, this isn't really attack. I'm going to say this is an athletics check. So make this with advantage.
You touched the hors d'oeuvres!
Right. So you're going to try to bust the door open, and you do have advantage.
Okay, roll.
You rolled an... Okay, that's... Alright. So you rolled a 6 plus 8 is 14, and you also rolled a 1. So you rolled a 1 and a 6. Alright. So you go and you go boom, and it shatters, like this sound, and you do put a big dent in it. It does kind of move in and move out, but you're being held. It's holding for now. As he's doing that, what is Blittlblorp doing?
He's going to ask Anne whether... is there like a lock on the gate?
What does the gate look like? Is it
It's this
like,
giant iron gate. It's one of those things that has like...
Is it solid?
It's a door, but it seems like it's barred on the other side.
Is it like slotted? Like, can you see through
You
it,
can't
or
see
is it
through it,
just
no.
solid?
It's solid door.
If it's barred, Blittlblorp is going to try and climb it.
Okay. All right. I don't think you're gonna have a problem as a monk. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. So you run back and you just start running up it, and using your hand, and then there's a split second where you slip. Your spectral hand comes out and grabs the top of it, and you're basically getting up to the top of it. As you're getting to the top of it, you look down and you see that Minsk has taken the same idea that Vimak has taken, and he just rears back and charges and barrels into the door, and he's going to try to knock it in as well. He is not very successful.
Regret nothing.
So basically Minsk and Vimak are trying to bar the door open. You look over, and this courtyard here is starting to fill up. You see about a dozen or so guards running in. You can see from where you are, Blittlblorp. So Blittlblorp, you're on top of this gate here, and you see about 12 or so guards coming in. Anne, what is Anne?
Can I cast Mage Hand? Like, as they're hitting the door and you can kind of see through it,
Mm-hmm.
Can I cast Mage Hand on the other side and just lift the bar up?
Yes,
Nice.
you may. Yes, you may. So you, for the first time in the campaign, Anne will use Mage Hand to see the other side, to flip the bar off the door. So as all of the men are doing the hard work, she just goes, I got this. She just flips it over, and she's like, we should think about things before we just try to knock things over. And she just
I'm
opens
currently
the
a
door.
man in this form,
This
too.
is true. This is true. So it's all man work
She's
at this point, right?
mansplaining it.
She's mansplaining it. All right. So with that, she uses Mage Hand, open up the doors. The gates open. As soon as the gates open, the Kuatoa up top. There are arrows flying at you from the guards.
I mean, I dropped down as soon as I'm at the top. I didn't say I was going to stay up there like a perched bird.
All right. So you reach over there. I'll give it to you. You drop down as arrows fly over your head. So there's a lot going on. We're trying to keep it in the narrative. So you drop down, the doors are opening, and with that, you see that Elminster looks, he goes, good, go. And so now he's got his wall up. He is running with the rest. So now the rest of you are running, and you're into this gate here. At this point, you've got guards coming this way. You've got guards coming around the corner here. And you hear the roaring sound of this dragon in the distance. And at this point, we're going to go back down to Cordan. Cordan, at this point, you have flown over and you're here.
I'm trying to find a secluded area where there's not a lot of people around and revert back to... I don't even have to revert back to Druid form. I can take the orb and try to communicate with... I mean, surely Elminster knows when it's in place.
Okay.
Like, the coast is clear.
Okay. So you go and you get to this fountain is where you are. And you sit there perched for a second. You see you see in the distance, because of your perception, this dragon is coming in. You can hear it rumbling, like the tiles on the building are shaking as this thing is the draft of the wind of this thing. It's massive. This dragon is massive. As he comes through, you see that he lets loose his breath weapon. A giant bubble pops up over here, and Elminster has a bubble up that's deflecting the lightning blast of the dragon as he makes his first pass. Let's do this. The three of you that saw, all four of you, make a wisdom saving throw. Cordan is not afraid of this dragon. The rest of you are terrified of this dragon.
I will use an
Great.
action to use stillness of mind.
And you are not afraid of this dragon. You
I'd
just
like
anymore.
to use luck.
do you want to use your luck point?
Yep.
Okay. 18. You're still terrified of this dragon.
Ooh.
That means it's big. That means it's big.
That's
if,
very good.
if an 18 doesn't pass, that means it's big. All right, so two of you are absolutely terrified of this dragon. In this moment, as Elminster's pulling this up, y'all are protected. You can feel the force field like shaking and shattering as this is happening. Who else? So with that, there are several guards in the way. The force field drops. And you see Elminster say, go, quickly. And as that's happening, he has not gotten the word from Cordan yet. There's too much going on right now. So the rest of the group, what do you want to do? You've basically got guards here and here. So we're keeping this very narrative at this point. We're not rolling.
I'm going to charge into that. I'm going to I pick up one of those statues.
Could you pick up one of the statues? You could definitely try to knock it over. You can try to
I'm
create
gonna
a
try to
barrier.
knock it. Well, I was going to try to knock it into one of these windows. We could just crash through the building.
You just want to... Oh, so you're just going to crash into the building? Okay, give me an athletics check. You're still hulked out.
Yeah.
You rolled a 7 plus 8 is 15, and then you have advantage on this, so roll again. Oh, there we go. You rolled a 16 plus 8 is 24. All right, so with that, you go and you ram your maul into it. You shatter the statue of itself of one of looks like someone important, one of the Lords of Waterdeep. And
Not anymore.
It shatters. It not only goes through the window, but the entire arch of the door, the wood frame of the door, is bashed in. You've basically breached the building at this point. As soon as you do that, you look over, and the rest of you are running in, and you see Elminster go. He goes, "We must hurry. There's a lot of them." And you look over, and you see there's like 10 or 20 more of these people, like, and he's trying to hold them off with different barriers, but he's telling you, y'all need to run.
Are they through the gate?
Yes. There at this point, the party is here. This is open, so you've got
Too late to close the gate, I guess.
Yeah, too late to close the gate. This is all kind of happening. It's very, very fast.
Sure.
So Anne, what are you doing? What's the real Anne doing?
The real Anne is like literally just focused on getting to this mother brain. So she's running along and
So as soon as he crashes this thing down, you see there's fighting going on the inside. You see there's several other people in here fighting the guards and killing the guards.
do I recognize any of them?
You notice one of them looks like one of Minska's old friends that you recognized from the tavern weeks ago. Human female, but you don't recall a name. Unless you recall a name. I'm not going to give it to you, but you do recognize
The one
a familiar
with the
face.
troll? Or the orc?
Not the orc, it was the human. She seems to be fighting with a group of people.
Blend in, act natural.
All right, so y'all are now inside. So at this point, you've gotten to here. Elminster's here. There's a large crash on the top of the building as the whole building is shaking. You look up in the ceiling and you see that part of the roof breaks in as this giant talon breaks into the roof of the dragon. The dragon is basically sitting on top of this.
Are we heading out the back to like go into the other building? Is that our destination?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
All right, let's keep marching marching through then.
There we go.
Let
Now we
him
have
chew
that.
on this building for a little while.
Okay.
To blend in, I would change into a guard.
Okay, so
I
you
was gonna
quickly
say Papa Berry.
no, she doesn't have to. She quickly just turns herself into to one of the guards.
Little Blorp does the same thing.
There's
with his hat.
there's another battle happening, and you look over and you see Elminster go up and goes, Branduin, and you see Mintz goes, Branduin, what are you doing here? And Branduin, this human female who's in mid fight, all this is happening as they're fighting, looks over and goes, we're here to take out the leader, the head of the. And she looks up and goes, and as she's fighting all this, she goes, they've taken over the Lord. And Elminster goes, what are you talking about? He goes, whatever it is, they've taken over the Lord. And there's kind of lost in conversation because so much is happening. And Elminster goes, what is she talking about? The Lords have taken over by the Collective?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, those Lorex. Absolutely. They've been taken over by the Collective as well. We must hurry.
Elminster goes, well, you continue on your mission. Maybe that's a good thing. You do yours. You'll cover our escape. And Branduin, as she in the middle of the fighting and everything, she looks over and goes, we will. And she reaches over, and at that moment, a guard breaks through, and Anne, you're sitting there, and this giant lance is heading towards Anne. And as it does, the guard gets tackled as this giant cat lands on top of the guard, this giant black cat raking his claws into the back of the cat. And you look over and you see what looks to be a drow spinning around the corner with double scimitars as the party is making the turn. They seem to be doing something else. They're going after the Lord.
Nice.
I dig it.
So with that, Elminster, they wave at each other as that party goes to take on the Lord. This party is moving down to take the party. Y'all stop. There's more guards in front of you. Elminster stops and he goes, oh, now. And with he waves his cloak. The entire party dissipates and reappears out here where Cordan is waiting for you by the fountain. Okay. So now Minsk and Elminster and the rest of you are here. The dragon is looking around.
And the three of us look like guards, right?
The dragon looks over and spots you as you reappear. It's almost like
Looking
We
like
look like
guards,
guards,
though.
right? We
The-
look like guards, right?
the dragon sees through it. He sees you.
What a mean thing to do.
What a mean thing.
What a mean dragon.
What a mean.
Is
What
there-
a mean dragon.
As soon as I get here, I'm shifting out, and the first thing I want to ask Elminster is it okay if I leave this in the fountain? Maybe we need to get out.
He goes, no, I have another way for that. And he reaches and grabs it. He goes, I can get us out of here if it comes down to it.
All right, we're going through a window.
Yeah.
Running and crashing through a window over the hedge.
He goes, no, stop. Look, is us? And he looks, and in the back, he goes, this is what Arnox, and he's pointing you to the back. As he's running, he kind of looks over his shoulder, and he looks at the dragon, he goes, there, look. And you see that there's like this old, like, it looks like it used to be like a temple or something, like in the back corner of the keep. And it looks almost like it's like a museum, or it's just like a historical artifact of like basically the city as it was. But he goes, Arnix says that's where it is. That's where it is.
Does that have windows?
No, it's open. Like you can just walk into it.
Right, but does it have windows?
Yeah.
I'm crashing through one of those.
Okay. You just want to crash through a window. All right.
I'm crashing
Cowardly
through
Lion
something.
style. Yeah.
Okay. So with that, the Elminster, he points for you to go. He reaches back. He goes, quickly, we must get away from this dragon. And one of you are afraid of this, have no problem with it. You run through, you crash through the windows of this old, you just, so the people who want to be heroic are going through the windows. Cordan just walks through the door. As you walk through the door,
I'm through the door.
he looks around and Elminster goes and he reaches down and he just using like some telekinetic move, he pulls back this boulder and there's this large staircase heading down. He goes, there, that's it. We must go.
In like Flynn.
Okay.
Here we go.
So with that, everyone moves in. The dragon lands behind you and starts like you can hear the shaking of the dragon. There's as he's marching his way in. Elminster goes. He moves the giant boulder. He holds it down. He goes, "We must hurry. We must hurry." And with that, all of you move in. And as you're going through this twisted cavern, you see there's several ways that you could go, and it's kind of confusing. And Elminster stops and he casts this illusion real quick in his hand and he holds this up and he's got this map of this area. He goes, yes, this is what Arnox saw. And he's basically looking through what Arnox saw in his vision. And he's basically using this as a map to go through this labyrinth. As you're moving through, the entire area is shaking as you're moving through the under catacombs of the city itself. And with that, a few moments goes by, and the 7 of you, because Soto is here as well, keeping quiet and just behind, either right with Anne or in the shadow of Vimak, whichever one is most safe at that moment. You reach down and you get to the very bottom. And as you get to the bottom, there's this door that opens up, and you reach in and you breach this. Now, as you go through, one of the things that strikes all of you as you go through is that there is this very slight humming coming from the wall, and you remember feeling that when you were on the ship before. And as you enter this layer, as you're going down, you open up this area, and it feels.
I don't remember feeling anything.
No, not you. I'm sorry. I was talking about your previous
I'm sorry.
character.
I thought you meant
You remember feeling left out.
Yeah.
I don't remember feeling left out. Very left out.
Cordan and Anne particularly remember this. As you're going through, the stonework is different, the rocks are different, the metalwork is different. As you go through this room, and you see these giant braziers lit in this room, and as you turn the corner, you look, and as you get closer, now Vimak, you've been hearing this song echoed in your head. The closer you get down, the further down you go, it is extremely loud.
Okay.
And you can hear it as you're going through the cavern. It gets louder and louder and louder. It kind of echoes. It's almost deafening to you as you enter into this inner chamber. as you get into the chamber of the mother. As you all charge in, you see several mind flayers ahead of you, and just around the corner, you look to your left, and you see this massive, you see these tentacles is what you see first, and then above the tentacles, you see this giant brain sitting out of water, or some type of liquid.
Jeez.
Now
Is
this
that
map
it?
is big.
Oh no!
Second of 2 Metroid references.
Mother brain.
It is Mother Brain. Alright, so let me get everyone, let's set the scene really quick.
I didn't get it until you said it was in a jar.
Alright, hang on. Alright.
Mother.
We have Elminster. We have
Tell your hamsters not to walk my
Soto
way.
in the back.
Oh, we got a Danzig reference.
Mhm.
Alright. I'm just trying to get, there's so many people here. Little Blorp. And two in the back. Cordan. Vimak will be up front. We also have Minsk also up front. And am I missing anybody?
Solstice.
Solstice. Alright, I think I got everybody. It's a big old party. Alright.
How big is this room?
It's as big as you see it. Those are 5-foot squares.
Okay.
Alright. So what we're gonna
I
do,
can tell you.
she's gonna measure it.
I'm gonna measure it. I can tell you. It is about 110 feet wide and about 115 feet long. With a big hole.
Alright, so what we're gonna do for the sake of fun, Elminster will go on the same turn as Cordan. So we'll have the casters go together. Minsk will go on the same turn as Vimak. Okay? Let me add some turns here. So there's Vimak, there's Cordan, there's and where's my fish? There's my fish. Alright.
Eesh.
Fish!
Eesh.
Sushi!
Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta.
Fish.
Okay.
How big is the
Initiative.
like? Is it deep? Like is it glass or is it like a big old like the
It's
stairs?
it's not glass. It's not really in a jar. You see it sticking out in the open water. You just see tentacles sticking out of it. This giant skull is this giant brain is sitting in there. The brain has tentacles coming out of itself, and it looks like it also has these big, massive tentacles sticking out from down here. You also see 2 mind flayers in front of you, and you see these other creatures moving around that have 4, 5, maybe 6 arms. You see these 2 over here. And with that, let's go roll some initiative. Alright, so Vimak rolls a 17.
I do not have
It
control
rolled
over
a 4.
my fish.
Hang on.
Hang on.
I
Control.
rolled a 3.
Oh, you and I. Well, I rolled a 3. No, I rolled a 1, and I have a +3 initiative.
I rolled
Alright.
a 1 and a +2.
Actually, don't know where he is.
High five.
Alright. And Cordan, you are, what'd you roll? A
3.
Okay. And then what did Little Blorp rolled a 22.
Correct?
Get wrecked. Alright. Hang on, let me roll some initiatives here. The Mind Flayer is going to go on a 21. It's this one. The Mind Flayers are different. So this Mind Flayer is going on a 21. The other one sitting at the table is going to go on a 7. And this other guy here is going to go on a 2. Alright, so let me fix the initiatives here. Alright, so we're going to go, here's the order of initiatives. We're going to go, Little Blorp's going to go first, Mind Flayer's going to go second, Vimik's going to go third at 17, the other Mind Flayer's going to go at 7, Anne goes at 4, Cordan goes at 3, and then these other monsters go at 2. So first thing we're going to do is Little Blorp, go.
Little Blorp will rush in. Can't take chances with these Mind Flayers. I'll spend a couple of key points to summon my astral arms and the visage of my astral self. This spectral energy comes around, and it's like this mouth that clamps down and forms the face of a hamster.
I was wondering what the fur was about.
That's right. The enemy of our enemy. It's a Dex DC 16 saving throw.
Alright, DC 17 saving throw. Alright, so you're on this. That's the Mind Flayer Arcanist. Alright, so you run up and it's a dex save?
Yeah, it's a Dex save. 16 is the DC.
Alright. My dex is I rolled a natural 20.
That'll make it.
Yep.
He will take no force damage.
He will take
But
no
he will
force-
take damage from my fists.
Alright, what's the damage?
As I turn to strike. Well, I guess I gotta roll.
You might want to roll to attack.
I'll roll to attack. There's 1, and there's 2.
Looks like I'm taking so a 13 is not going to hit. A 23 will hit, and I will take 7 points of force damage.
Excellent.
Anything else?
No, that is it, sir.
That's a good turn. Alright, so the other Mind Flayer, who sees you run up there, he's going to run up, and he is going to Mind Blast everyone in a 60-foot cone. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So it's going to go straight this way. He's going to try to get Elminster, and he's also going to try to get Little Blorp with this. So you need to make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw. Little Blorp rolls a 5.
-1.
You are stunned.
That's why I ran in. I wasn't going to get a turn otherwise. I know how this goes.
Take 28 points of psychic damage. And you are stunned.
Oh, you.
I think.
Hang on. I've got a roll for Elminster. Elminster is totally fine. He is not stunned.
I think Vimik's gonna just make him hit his other Mind Flayer friend instead.
Yes, Vimak.
Let's do that.
Woot.
Oh, you are doing that. Alright, so what's the ability we're using here?
This is the oh my goodness.
The Cloud
not
Rune,
Cloud.
right?
Is it Cloud?
Cloud
Yes,
Rune.
Cloud Rune.
So you're going to invoke the Cloud Rune. I just want to make sure I'm getting this straight. For the psychic attack to not hit Little Blorp, but to hit the Mind Flayer next to him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That does work. So the Mind Flayer will have to make the intelligence saving throw,
Thank you, sir.
Which you probably will.
which he
Wait. Okay.
he
Oh,
failed.
we failed.
He failed. So he will take all of that. How much damage did I say it was? 28.
28.
He will take
28.
28. So that's 35 damage.
I love you, Vimak.
He is stunned, and that was a clutch use of Cloud Rune. golf clap for Vimak because I was about to eat some brain. It was gonna happen. I was like, I've got a stun. My next attack, I'm gonna eat some fish brain, and I was wrong. I was straight.
That's
wrong.
horrible.
That is horrible. All right. With that, we go to Vimak's turn.
Okay, so this is
That's
Laz.
Mhm.
Okay, so if I run up and get right here, we would get advantage, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, you're already going to get advantage because he is stunned.
all right. So Ellie, what we can do is you can cast Ray of Embeeflement because we will get flank stake bonus.
Flank stake bonus.
Yes,
Flank stake
Right.
bonus.
that's the plan.
Ray of
No.
Embeeflement.
We actually need to homebrew this spell. I hope you know.
All right, first I'm gonna tell
Flying Steak
Solstice
is not my favorite.
I'm gonna tell Solstice to stay very far away from the tentacles. And just try to attack and then like fly away basically because he can fly 60 feet.
Okay.
And I'm going to run up. And I'm going to have to Giant's Might again.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit him. I'm going to try.
All right. Roll your damage. Or not damage. You got to roll to hit. So give me... so you're going to run up. You're going to hit the guy with the maul. He is being stunned from your Cloud Rune. So you use your reaction. You run up. You bonus action to Giant's Might. And now you're going to attack with your maul.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that on Beyond when I'm Giant's Mighted. We'll just have to add it.
Okay. The first attack is a 15 plus 9. That will hit.
Okay.
Do go ahead and the other roll was an 11. So we'll take the 24. It does hit. Click for your damage.
All right.
Or roll for damage. So this is attack number 1. 13 points of bludgeoning damage. 2d6. You got that. All right, now go ahead and roll another d6 with that for your Giant's Might. So that's going to be 13 plus.
All right.
16 damage for the first attack. So that puts him up to 51 taken. All right, attack number 2 coming down. That is a 27. That's going to hit. You do have advantage. Go ahead and roll again to see if you get the crit. You don't roll for damage, so just 2d6 plus what you get. And it's going to be 16 points of damage. So he's now taking 67 points of damage. All right. Action Surge, you're going to hold it.
He's still up?
Yep.
Yeah, Action Surge. Yeah, definitely.
Action Surge has been used.
Wait. Let me see. Is that a... Oh, no. Okay.
No, you
I was
can
just
do
making
it.
sure because I had
Yeah.
a bonus action and a
No,
reaction.
you can just straight up do it. So now you
All right.
hit him with the maul, you hit him with again, he's stunned, you've got him on the ropes. You're going to use your action surge to grab the maul, hit again. The 16 will hit. It is advantage, so go ahead and roll the next attack to see.
I think it did too, didn't it?
That's just damage.
I'm an idiot. All right.
Yeah, you're good.
Here we go.
There you go. All right, so it is hit, and I roll the damage. So 27 will hit, and that attack will do 17 points of damage. He's dead. That last
All
attack, you just crush the maul on top of its head. His head just disappears, and the tentacles just kind of like flail out under the weight of your maul as this black-orange goo kind of goes squirting as you pull the maul back. And you have killed. Looks like calamari's back on the menu. All right.
I'm going to tell Solstice to attack the other one with his breath.
All right, so Solstice takes the cue. He's going to fly, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He'll get to here. And he is going to hit him with his breath weapon. Remind me how does Solstice... Now, the Topaz Dragon Wormling, he kind of flutters about. He lands. He reaches back. He lets out his breath weapon at the other Mind Flayer. Give me the ruling on that. I gave you
It's
the
a
stats
20-foot cone.
Okay.
DC 12 con saving throw.
DC 12 con saving throw.
And he will be woed.
I am woed. All right, so subtract the roll.
Whoa.
6.
I would have passed it had it not been for the woe.
Yes.
So I did
Nice.
fail it. So how much damage do you take? Do I take?
It's 4d6.
Roll it. 12.
Yeah.
And he's minus.
And he loses strength.
Yes, do that. That-
6
that-
plus 1. Loses 3 strength.
Okay, I got it.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
These things
making-
can't have a lot of strength to begin with.
Yeah, it's not good. All right, and with
Yeah.
that is Vimik's turn. Also on your turn is Minsk. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is going to use his whole action to move up. And as he's charging, he's got his giant two-hander out, and he runs all the way up and gets next to him, screaming all kinds of things you can't quite understand. He's like, "Go for the eyes, boo!" as he goes, and he's going to attack the other Mind Flayer. That's his turn. He had to close the distance. With that, hang on. This Mind Flayer here is dead. It's Anne's turn.
Anne is going to I'm going to cunning action dash.
Stop. I'm going to take a lair action. Make a charisma saving throw, DC 18.
Me?
Mhm.
Oh,
Nailed it.
that's a 3.
You take a... Oh, you want to luck it?
Luck.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you're going to luck it. Okay. 9, not much better.
That's a 9.
No, you take a step and you stop and you hear this voice, this unearthly feminine voice coming out and just racks into your mind. You stop and you don't feel that you can move from where you are. You can still do anything you want to. You just cannot move. You're rooted here.
Fine.
How rude.
How rude. Okay. Well, that changes my plans. 60 feet.
Mhm.
Ooh. I'm going to yell at him really, really, really loud. You smell like a fish. And cast vicious mockery at him.
The first cast of Vicious Mockery. You smell like a fish.
So he needs to make a wisdom save of 12.
A wisdom
Little
save
dies a little inside.
of 12. I rolled a natural 20.
But he smells like a fish.
He does, but I resisted.
Oh, it's true.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right,
Bonus action. What can I do for a bonus action? Bonus action.
hide?
I can't move.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Get wrecked.
Soot is gonna be like, it's okay, and help me and give me advantage on my next turn, on my next attack.
I like that. Very good. Okay. It is up to Cordan. Cordan, it's your turn.
Cordan's gonna move about right. I'm drawing. Hang on. Here next. Actually, I don't want to be right next to Elminster because he might catch a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna move about right here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna target this fella.
Yes, you are.
And I'm gonna cast Charm Monster.
Ooh.
It has a Wisdom saving throw of 15 that will be woed before he makes that.
Fail.
Nice.
He failed it.
I rolled a 1.
I'll go ahead and mark off a woe though, because I was going to do it anyway.
He has been charmed. You now control this thing.
Yes.
Anything
He's
else?
gonna really feel like he needs to attack the guy across from him.
Okay. And it is his turn. Also on your turn is Elminster. And Elminster, taking note of what you did, is going to step up. And I think I'm going to cast Fireball. I think I need to cast Fireball. I'm feeling Fireball. The question is, what level Fireball do I want to cast?
He's our heavy hitter. Go for the big one.
No, we'll do.
I didn't ask how big the room was.
For the brain.
I said cast Fireball. I'm going to cast a 5th level Fireball.
What's
Nice.
the target?
The brain.
Yeah.
I am going to cast a 5th level Fireball at the brain. The brain will resist and only take half damage.
Wow.
But I get to do all the d6s. So it's this 2 times. So 14 plus another. So the brain will take 14. As he loosed this giant fireball and it just erupts around the brain itself, you see the brain, like in the last ditch, like put up some type of protective barrier. The tentacles still are catching it, but the brain itself seems to be somewhat protected from the fireball. And with that, this guy's going to make a run at the other monster. We'll let him go first. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to get to here. He's got to run down the ramp. And then he will use the rest of his action to engage. How smart? These things are not very smart at all. This thing, not realizing what's going to happen, is going to run by him. And get an attack of opportunity.
What are they?
I don't know. I'll show you a picture. That thing.
Oh.
They look like insects with 3 legs and these arms. They look like they have 5 arms with claws, and it's kind of like skirting across the ground. You can hear the click, 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 click as it's like crawling across the ground. You're not quite sure what these things are. As he runs across, he will take an attack from the other claw and take 16 points of damage from one of the claws as he runs across.
From one?
Yep.
How tall are they?
5.5, 6 feet tall.
Okay.
Alright, so that's one attack. He runs up to here, and he's going to cast Fear on Minsk. Let me read it. Let me make a save. Minsk rolls a natural 20.
All these 20s, man.
I am rolling
You
hot.
Glad they're on the saving
Stop
throws.
rolling.
I am rolling hot tonight, folks.
Stop
Okay.
rolling for the monsters.
Right. Okay.
They
Top
change
of
the
the
color of dice.
bottom
We
of.
didn't.
Hang on. We didn't what? Who did we
We
miss?
didn't pick where Soto goes.
Cower in the corner.
I said Soot, but we didn't say
You know
Soto.
what? I didn't get Soto. Let me go get Soto. Oh, he is there. He's just hiding in the corner.
He's just literally hiding in the corner, but we didn't pick where he goes in turn order.
He'll go with you. So let's back up and
That's
give Soto
me.
a turn.
In the corner.
What is Soto gonna do? I don't even know. He's gonna run up to here, and he is gonna cast Bless on Anne, Elminster, and Cordan.
Love it.
Nice.
And then he's gonna run right back over here. He runs up.
Smart.
He runs up. And he goes, "Staffers, bless my friends!" And he runs back and he kind of cowers in the corner, as Soto will do. So the 3 of you have Bless on you. Now it's Mother's turn.
Oh.
Thanks, you've got it stuck in my head.
Let's see.
Listen, man, I got to do what I got to do.
Vimak, Cordan, and Elminster are within range. Yeah. Make a intelligence saving throw.
With a D4.
With a D4.
Vimak, you failed. Cordan, you failed.
Hang on. +2.
You failed.
Okay.
Elminster. Elminster passed. So Vimak and Cordan, you will take 27, make it 32 points of psychic damage, and you are stunned.
Is
Um,
that an attack? Is that a psychic attack?
It is.
Ooh, I'm going to use Runic Shield then.
What is that?
Oh,
do?
wait, we're still in the first round.
It's
aren't
not
we?
an attack.
Can't do it.
It's not an. He's not attacking you. It's
Okay.
just like he just basically explodes this psychic energy.
We're
and
still in the first round anyway.
We're at the end of the first round, right? So so you take 20, so 32 psychic damage, and the two of you are stunned. So at the end of your next turn, you can try to get out of it. And then at the top of the round,
Try to get out of it. It's not just a 1-round condition.
every round you can get out of it, but basically it's the end of your turn, next turn. So you definitely will lose one turn at least. And with that, let me go take a look at this.
Which one cast that? The big red and black guy?
This guy,
Oh, the brain did.
yeah.
Today we fight the brain balls.
Yes.
The brains.
It's going to use a lair action. This is so bad.
And yet he's laughing.
Yeah. I'm going to put a wall of force around myself.
Interesting.
I'm going to read the rules of this thing.
Okay.
How big's that wall?
It's as big as it is.
It's pretty big.
It's a
pretty
big wall.
All right.
It can be bigger. In fact, it'll make it a little bit bigger. There you go.
There we go.
That's
That's a wall
exactly
of force.
that's a wall of force. All right, he puts a wall of force up around himself. All right, with that, it is the mighty Kuatoa's turn.
Something that Minsk said just resonated like internally with Little Blorp and his astral self. And using my actor feat, I'll mimic what he said. Go for the eyes, boo! And just the arm. I'm gonna grow another set of spectral arms and flurry of blows to start attacking these two.
Okay.
We'll start with the mind flare.
The mind flare. Okay.
What is that? Vimak moving?
Where is Vimak? Oh, I moved Vimak. I apologize.
Hey, well, why are you moving people?
I'm sorry. I'm I'm just used to grabbing stuff.
My bad too. So let's start throwing some attacks at it.
Okay.
There's number 1.
Oh, let me scroll down. 16 on the mind flare will hit.
The mind flare. Excellent. And we'll keep going.
Yep,
We'll do one more.
that'll hit too. So
And,
the first one will do 6 points. The second one will do 10. So you've taken 16 points of damage to the mind flare. Who'd already taken 12, so is now at 28 damage.
Okay, on that second attack, I'm going to use a key point to stun. DC 16 con save.
DC 16 con save coming up. I passed it.
Okay, let's hit him again then, huh?
Okay.
Let's hit him again.
25 will hit for another 10 points of force damage. That's 38 damage he's taking.
And then one more key point. We'll try and stun him again.
Okay. Any woes before I hit the button?
Sure.
I've been woed. All right, roll your woe. I am stunned.
Excellent.
All right,
The
so you
last-
just these flurry of blows. You're just punching this guy. That last one, you land right across its head. It's kind of stunned there for half a second. You've got one more attack.
I have one more attack, yeah,
Okay.
and it'll go on the other creature.
Okay.
It'll go on this guy.
All right. Attack it.
14 to hit.
Miss. That'll
Okay.
miss. Okay. All right.
And there we go.
And that is it for the Kuatoa. All right, the Mind Flayer is stunned on his turn. He will try to get out of it, but he will lose his turn. He does get out of it, but he lost his turn. That is his entire turn. Vimak, it is your turn.
All right, so I have to roll a. What is it?
Intelligence saving throw. Or you're stunned.
I'm gonna be stunned for eternity, guys. Letting you know.
You are stunned. What is Solstice going to do? First, roll a d6 for Solstice.
Yes.
He got his breath weapon back.
He's gonna hit these two.
He can, absolutely. He'll fly up here. He'll get a diagonal shot here. And they'll both have to make a save. What's the save again?
Let me see. It is DC 12 con.
DC 12 con. First guy passes it. Guy in the back fails. So this thing back here fails. The
Okay.
bug thing.
So one of them will take half.
Okay, so roll the damage. 17. So the guy up front will say that's a 9, so that'll be 47 total damage he's taken. And the other guy will take 17 damage, and he'd already taken 16. So math is hard.
They'll lose 6 strength too.
Holy cow, that matters. He just lost 6 strength.
I guess it might.
A boy making jerky.
You can't even like lift yourself, can you?
Well, no, this is he's not at 0.
It's the
But
other thing.
that definitely matters. That brings his attack roll way down. That's a huge hit.
Nice.
All right, so very good for our Solstice friend. And then we go to Anne. Your turn.
Can I roll to move?
You can
Or
move freely
am I
now.
Just...
That was us,
Oh, I
sir.
can?
Yeah.
Okay. And so this guy here is the one that has no strength, correct?
This one?
Oh, okay.
Well,
wasn't
they've
sure if
both been hit with the strength.
Cool. Okay, so now I can do what I want to do.
hmm
I'm gonna move up here and use my action to get right in his face.
Holy smokes.
And I use my cunning action to move, and he's flanked, but I also have help. So rolling with advantage.
She said
on
it.
My side.
Roll credits.
All right, so roll for sneak attack. See if you can land it with the Sunblade. So you run up, you dash forward, you grab your Sunblade, you ignite the blade to dig into the Mind Flayer. Roll the attack.
There's
Woo.
all the dice.
All the dice are coming down. All right, so now this is only
So-
one attack, though.
I clicked shift, but it doesn't seem to have done it.
We'll roll again. Because the
Okay.
14 will not hit.
Does a
the
16
The
hit?
16 will hit.
So that is a total of 40 damage.
He's dead. You have killed the other Mind Flayer. All right, so you run forward. You slide across the ground. You ignite the saber. You bring the saber up. You cut him in two as he splits this way. As you slice him through with the Sunblade, downing the Mind Flayer. And with that, it is Soto's turn. Soto is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to run up to there, and he is going to cast a 3rd level healing word on Vimak. Vimak, you will heal for 10.
Okay.
And then he's going to scoot back over here. That's his turn. And with that, we go to... wait a minute. We forgot somebody on Vimak's turn. Minsk is going to run up here and attack this guy. He gets 4 attacks. Let's go ahead and roll them. Let's see. 2 of those will hit. We'll go ahead and roll the damage. It'll be 18 plus 10, so 28 damage he'll do. So that's 50, 62. Okay. Alright, so he runs over, he slashes one of the arms off of the thing, he brings the blade up, he cuts into the carapace of it, and it cracks it open, and he pulls it back and he goes, "Ooh, these things are tough!" And with that, we go to Cordan and Elminster. So Cordan, you go first.
So I'm
Actually,
trying
and your monster.
oh yeah. So my monster will, since I'm rolling to see if I get out of stun, I guess my monster will come down to the back of the other monster and rip into it.
Okay. Yep. So you're gonna do the monster first?
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Build
Yeah.
anticipation.
Building anticipation. Well, you also want to get you want all the information. So he's gonna run down. He is flanking. Let me roll claw attack number 1. Has advantage. Let me do that again. The 11 will not hit. The 25 sure will. Wow, that is the worst damage. It only did 5 points of damage. That is terrible. Alright, and then the second attack. Can I do this? Is a 19. That'll hit for 15. He kills. No, he doesn't. Just kidding. Just kidding. These things are beefy.
All right, going from a save.
Okay. 14. Oh, and you're blessed.
I think we were just blessed for the.
No,
Save.
you're still blessed.
Bless lasts for a minute.
17.
You are no longer stunned.
Thank God.
Alright, so you are out, but that is your turn. Elminster. Let me see something really quick.
Disintegrate.
Yeah, he'll cast Disintegrate. And kill the bubble. Alright, so he
Nice.
reaches back, he casts Disintegrate. This massive like molten lava like sprays all over the wall of force, and it just disintegrates the bubble itself. And now it is this guy's turn, who will attack Minsk. He'll hit him with the first attack. I'm gonna
Even
sit
with
here.
the strength reduction.
Oh crap! You're right. No, he won't. Well played. He misses both attacks. So the first attack, Minsk quickly parries the attack off with the blade. The second attack, he just kind of sidesteps out of the way. Very seasoned warrior. He's not falling for that, and he manages to get out of both of the attacks. At the top of the round, in between rounds, Vimak, you hear the song. You hear it echoing, and you hear other courses coming in.
Uh-oh. I can't warn anyone either.
Also,
I'm silently pissing my pants. That's what's going on.
as a legendary action,
Oh no.
That's how I feel. Oh no.
Elminster needs to make a charisma saving throw. And he failed it.
Uh-oh.
His feet are anchored to the ground. Alright, and then
It's only one round, dude. It's okay.
right.
Walk anyway.
And then on his turn, it will yeah, let's do this. Little Blorp.
Yes.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
At least it's not intelligent.
13.
Correct.
Unfortunately,
Awesome.
I'm not proficient.
Awesome. You hear the song enter your voice as you look around and you see that you are surrounded by enemies.
Oh boy.
It is now your turn.
Is this by any chance a charm effect?
It is a charm effect.
I will use stillness of mind to end that effect.
Yes.
Stop
I know
doing
better.
that!
I know better. As the body is but an illusion. Even the brain is part of the body, and it plays tricks on your.
But that is your
true
action,
mind.
right?
That is my action. Yes.
Okay.
I will step up to these wily foes, and I will use a key point to dodge.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice. All right, so use your action to end the effect of the domination, and then you walk. That is such a ridiculous ability. All right, and you walk up. You key point dodge to kind of tank these foes. And
Don't
now,
have me Nothing.
I heard you. All right, Vimak, it is your turn. Try to get out of the stun.
Intelligence, right?
16. You're out.
Yes.
All right, that is the end of your turn. Now Solstice's turn is up, and now he needs to make a roll to see if he recharges his breath weapon, which he does.
Yes. All right. He's going to. I guess he'll. Which is the good one? The one in the back. That's
yes,
Druid. He's going to hit both.
that's the good one.
Yeah. He's going to hit both.
He's just gonna hit both. He doesn't care.
We're going to have to kill him anyway when he comes out of it. So.
All right, so he flutters on top of the dead Kuato, the dead Mind Flayer, and he's got. I've got to make my save. All right. The first one's gonna fail. The second one is going to fail.
All right, so they take 10, and then they both lose 3 strength.
The one in front has lost 9 strength. You see him kind of like barely able to hold himself up.
Yes.
And with that,
It's so creepy.
it's Anne's turn.
Oh, wait. Minsk. It was on my turn, doesn't he?
Minsk. You're right. Minsk is going to make his attacks on this guy as well. He'll make his 4 attacks. That's a natural in there.
There's a
what's-
nap.
Yeah, he's dead. For this. All right. Yeah, after the breath weapon hits him, he kind of drops his arms. His defenses are down. Minsk sees that, takes all 4 of his attacks, just hacking limbs and legs off this thing, and just keeps. Even after it's down, it's down. He takes 2 more attacks on it to make sure that it's dead. Just the savagery of the moment. He lets loose and kills the thing, and then he steps forward to here, and as he gets closer, the tentacles that were kind of laying dormant, they sit up and start like going into defensive posture as Minsk goes to charge the tentacles. With that, we go. It is now Anne's turn.
Okay. Anne is going to yell out, "We're aiming for the brain, right?" And
You hear Minsk go, "Yes!"
okay. With her 60 feet, so she uses her cunning action to dash,
Okay.
gets all the way up to the brain, and is going to sunblade it.
Yes, you are. It will not be a sneak attack. Actually, it can be, because you can get the help action from.
That's a bonus action. So I'll let you. That's a bonus action. I'm already using my bonus action.
Oh, you are. Never mind. You're good. You're good. Okay.
I'm just trying to be.
No, you're good. That's right. All right, roll it there and make your attack.
And I get a D4
You
added
do.
onto that from Bless.
Roll your d4.
I don't think it'll make it though, will it? That's that
It
makes
hits.
it a
You stab the brain.
boost with 33 damage.
It's not 33, is it?
Total one-handed damage.
Is she
Oh,
using
yeah,
it
they do.
two-handed since she can't?
It is 33 either way. Let me look. No, it is.
Well, the,
it's not.
the first 33 is plus rate against undead, right?
Yeah,
No.
I get confused by these.
Radiant and sneak.
it's not a.
So
It's
a
not a sneak
9
attack.
and 19 sneak attack damage.
Okay,
So
I gotcha.
it's
Those 9.
28.
28 damage. Got it. Okay. You stab into the brain itself, and you hear like this loud squeal in your psychic. Like you hear whatever it is that you're hurting it when you stabbed into it. Okay. Soto's turn. He's going to run up. He's going to go this way. He's running off to the side. This is kind of a ramp. He sees you up there.
As he runs by, I'm going to be like, fine, don't heal me.
Yeah, he runs by. He's going to look back and he will give you a 3rd level bonus action healing word. So you heal for 10.
Oh.
He's trying to keep Anne in sight. And
That's
with
funny.
with that, there are no more. It's Cordan's turn.
Okay. Cordan's going to turn towards the brain.
Okay.
I'm going to march over here on the steps. And I'm going to give my best Aurora Monroe Storm impression. And I'm going to cast Control Water on all the liquid inside of the brain thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Push it out the other side so that it has nothing that it's sitting in.
Okay. All right. I see what you're doing. So you're going to take the water and kind of flush the water out of it.
Or, I'll let this be the group thought. Or, I can cause it to create a vortex inside of the thing. Twisting it. So maybe all the tentacles that are pulling out of it are like having the
That's a
heart.
tough call. That's a tough call.
Vortex
Your
are out.
Do go for it.
Boats.
Is the vortex going to make it harder for us to attack it? Is my only thought.
The vortex will pull it down, and in order, I think it.
We have water breathing.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
We can
Actually-
wade through like brain fluid to attack the hippocampus.
Hold on. Before I go anywhere, I'm going to turn around and look that way down the hallway.
You're very perceptive. There are people running down the hallway.
Okay, never mind. I'm going to cast Tidal Wave down the hallway.
Okay. You cast Tidal Wave. This water just kind of seeps out of nowhere. It pushes back. You see this Tidal Wave push back. What is the save on that?
Tidal Wave is Dex 15. It makes can be up to 30 foot long, 10 foot wide, 10 foot tall. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 48 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. On a successful save, creature takes half as much damage. It is knocked prone. The water then spreads out around the ground in all directions, but this is in a tunnel, so I'm not really sure what that does.
All right. So do me the favor. Roll your damage because 3 of the 4 mind flayers failed. And
17?
they all take 17. Okay, so you push 3 of them down. You see one of them slip back. You see him in the distance. He's probably 100 feet back. The other 3 are getting washed away, but there's one still standing in the corridor. But he's 100 feet back. This way. And with that, it is Elminster's turn.
Buy some time.
Right. Elminster sees what you're doing, and he runs up and he steps in front of you, and he's going to cast a 5th level lightning bolt down the line.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
He's comboing,
You're
man.
all wet, and I'm ready to electrocute you.
Right. It's a combo.
Combo!
So
Wombo combo.
they'll take 26 points of damage down the hall. Okay. All right. So he runs, and he just lets this lightning bolt like shift down the room. And he looks over his shoulder. He's like, "Good call, Cordan. Good call." What do you want your mind? You've still mind controlled this guy.
That thing is dead. He's just gonna run up and go blender mode on the brain, I guess.
Okay.
He's got arms. He can spin, right?
Yeah, he can. He'll go up. He's gonna spin to win. All right. So attack 1 on the brain. That's gonna hit, and that's gonna hit.
Frappe.
And we'll get a
brain
total
frappe.
28 points of damage to the brain.
Wouldn't that make it pate?
Shh, 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 shh. It's just clawing at it. All right. And with that, we go to the brain's turn. Everyone, let's see. Anne, Wes's monster, Minsk, Blittleblorp, Vimak, Solstice, and Soot all make a intelligence saving throw.
Jesus.
Don't forget the people with bless, you get a D4.
That's correct. Blittleblorp, you failed. And you need to roll some high bless.
I also do have a luck.
I would use luck.
Be a lady tonight.
Tonight.
That is just enough to pass. Vimak failed. Let me go to Minsk, who hard failed. Vimak failed. Blittleblorp failed.
Let me do Solstice.
Solstice failed. And Wes's monster that he's got also failed. Everyone that failed. Take 16 points of psychic damage and you're all stunned.
Gee.
It's not bad damage-wise, at least.
Yeah.
Right. I rolled 5d10 and got a 16. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 16. It's 21 total. I apologize. There's a bonus there.
Can we take this moment? If you haven't zoomed in very closely on the little blorb token, you really need to.
Yeah?
That's what they're fighting with us right now. That thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And with that, we're going to go. It is now his legendary action turn. And he's going to put the bubble back up.
Is it big? Is it going to push the people away?
He can make it as big as he wants to. Any size that he wants to.
Am
Are
I
they inside
the
of
bubble?
He will not let them be inside the bubble.
So he pushes me as he makes the
You're
bubble.
not
Yeah.
allowed to be in my bubble. I'm a brain. I sound like this.
I kind of picture a Zoidberg sound.
All right. So he puts the wall of force back up around himself, or herself, actually. And now it is the Kuatoa's turn. Blittleblorp,
I'm stunned.
try to get out of it.
No.
No, you're stunned. Okay. All right. Vimak, get out of it.
I don't even know why I'm rolling. All right, let's try this.
Oh.
Hang on. Soto also failed, and he is stunned.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna see if Solstice gets out of it.
What's his intelligence?
I didn't see it. It's 10, so it's straight up.
He's stunned.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all are both continuing to be stunned. Minsk, is Minsk still stunned? Oh yeah, Minsk is hard stunned. I'm thinking, is that everybody? Cordan, your turn. Cordan and Elminster.
Do I have an idea if that's a magical effect?
Could be. It could very well be.
I know this isn't going to do anything for... Wait, first I gotta see if I got a spell slot open. So I know this won't do anything to the bubble, but I have a feeling I need to do this. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to cast a 4th level Dispel Magic.
It
Which
does not
is-
work.
It doesn't work.
On the force field?
No, on the stun.
Oh, that you can do. Yeah.
Dispel Magic has a 120-foot range.
Okay. Who are you trying to hit with it?
Everybody that's stunned.
Can it? Don't you have to target one person?
Um, Choose one creature. Yeah. Let me think about this. At 4th level or higher, you automatically, when you cast a spell using a 4th level or higher, you automatically get the effects of the spell on target. The spell's level is equal to or less than the level of the spell slot used.
I'll let you get one person out of stun. You can cast it as a 3rd level.
I'm going to get Anne out.
I'm not stunned.
Oh, I thought she was.
She's the only one that made it.
I'm the only one that made it with my bless and
Luck.
luck. My last luck.
I see Danny within range. I'm going for Danny.
All right, Vimak, you are no longer stunned. Let's try to get your little monster friend out. He is not. Elminster is up. He's going to cast another 5th level lightning bolt down the line. For 31 points of damage. He goes down there and just starts. He keeps frying the mind flayers. He's holding the door. And he looks over and he goes, I'm holding him, deal with the brain!
Say the barrier's up again!
Oh, okay. It is now the end of the round. It is going to sit there. Vimak, you come to, and all you can hear is the chorus of the song. She's calling for help. She's basically holding herself and calling for help, which Elminster is holding the door. So at the top of the round, it is now... So basically, Mother's not taking a turn because it's sitting in the bubble calling for help. It is now Little Blorp's turn.
Hold the door. Hold the door.
No.
Fail. Alright, next we go to Vimak and Minsk.
All right.
Let me go ahead and roll for Minsk. Minsk is still stunned.
He's got a -2, doesn't he?
Let me see if Solstice gets out.
No.
My little dragon. All right. I'm going to, because I'm a meathead, I'm gonna run up. 25, 30. And it's about as far as I can get. I'll run up and then I'll second wind.
Okay.
Bonus action. So
Bonus
it's a
action,
D10
kill yourself. Go for it.
An 8.
Okay.
So I'll regain 8. And I will...
Attack the force field.
I will invoke the stone rune on him.
Okay.
Or her.
You try to push it through. The magical effect is blocked by the wall of force.
Stone rune?
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing can get through this.
Nothing can get through this.
You can't even ethereally travel through it.
Dang. Okay. Well, that's it.
All right, and with that, we're gonna go to Anne.
Okay. Is anybody really hurting for hit points? Can I look around and see who got damaged?
I'm currently missing 22. Danny, what are you missing?
Now, a little over half.
Okay. I can get to Danny. I'm going to move to Danny. I'm going to look at Little Blorp and say, Little Blorp, we need you. You haven't introduced yourself to the brain yet. And give Little Blorp inspiration.
You have inspiration.
Introduce
Oh my
yourself
gosh, that was an ability.
to the brain. On your next, you can use a D6
Oh yeah, that was
added
so
to your
amazing.
roll.
Nice.
And I will cast Cure Wounds on Vimak.
Okay.
So
Roll it.
Cure Wounds. Cast. You get healed for
2.
It says 2?
It's
Is
2.
that it?
You rolled a 1 plus 1 is 2.
Yay, Danny, you get 2.
My hangnail repairs
I
itself.
fixed your hang. That little one right there.
She just runs up with a little band-aid on the little side right there. There. Fixed. All right, and with that, we go to Cordan.
So I think this thing is trying to wait us out till reinforcements come.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey,
as long-
Elminster goes on your turn. He turns. He goes. "Ah, this is the last time I can do this. I think." He reaches back. He casts Disintegrate again, and gets rid of the bubble.
Okay, then. That changes things. Vortex time.
Brain soup.
Vortex in the skull goblet, whatever this is.
Okay.
A hot tub.
Yeah, the jacuzzi.
Okay.
This effect requires a body of water at least.
Got queasy.
I don't know if I can. It says it has to be 50 foot square and 25 feet deep, so I don't think I can vortex that.
I'm gonna help you out. Don't do that.
Okay. How about
The water is kind of technically part of it, and he'll get a massive save against it.
okay? So don't even mess with the water at all.
I'm just trying to help.
Well, in that case, we're gonna wail on this thing, right?
Yeah.
Let my bug go. I need to look up something real quick.
Okay, alright, he's gonna run up and he's gonna make his attacks. The little guy is gonna go make attack number 1. Attack number 1 is gonna hit for 9 points of damage. He's then going to... Wait a minute. He's gonna use Flailing Claws, his bigger ability, against the... Let's see, which he fails. And that will do 13 points of damage. So it takes 26 points of damage total, so that's going to be 82 points of damage the thing has taken so far. So that thing up there is just wailing. Now, that is your concentration. Just keep that in mind. All right.
That's. I will drop though because I'm going to run up here
Okay.
and I'm going to look at my friends to the right and say, "I've never done this before."
That's what I love to hear.
I'm going to
Practicing.
polymorph myself into a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Feed, my friend,
Yes.
feed.
Oh.
And I'm going to let out the most Jurassic Park screech ever
Yes.
because it is a CR. Oh, yeah. Or do I have to polymorph into it? Polymorph is spell. I mean, is it level? Hang on, maybe I can't. What dictates what you can polymorph into?
I'll allow it.
Level of the character you hit it on, right?
I'll allow it.
Okay, I'm a T-Rex because I did a big monkey before, and I think that was one level lower.
He's got it ready.
Oh my goodness.
Did you say you have a T-Rex? I have a T-Rex. All right. So you're a T-Rex, but that is your turn.
Yeah.
All right, so you turn into this giant T-Rex. You let this giant roar as everyone looks over at seeing, Cordan turn into this T-Rex. And with that,
The bug is not mine now, though.
the bug is not yours. We go to the bug. And the bug is going to run all the way down here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to start hacking at Little Blorp. Are you stunned?
Yeah, I'm still stunned.
Awesome. I get to attack with advantage.
Wait. How far can that thing move?
It can actually. I'll take it back. He'll just teleport there.
Oh, perfect.
Remember, though, he does have some amount of reduced strength from...
Yeah.
Oh,
That
nice.
is true.
Isn't he like -9?
The one that was -9 is dead. This
I think
one's
he's at
-3, right? So
Oh.
that's 13 to hit.
That'll miss.
That'll miss. And the second attack is still with advantage. 18 to hit.
17 would have missed. 18 will hit.
Okay, so take 13 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, all right.
All right, and now it is the brain's turn. Let's see if I recharge. I do. All right.
I hate this.
So Cordan and Vimak, Minsk, and Blittleblorp all make an intelligence saving throw as he lets loose another mind blast. Blittleblorp fails.
So
I'm
how
dead.
does
You've got inspiration, little blorp.
Oh, I'll use my inspiration. Thank you.
You get an extra D6.
You are out of it. You resist. Blittleblorp is out. I'll let Blittleblorp be out.
Yes.
All right.
question? I'm
Yeah.
polymorph.
Thank you, Anne. Ellie, thank you for the reminder.
The
You're welcome.
physical stats are that of the dinosaur. The mental stats are yours. I'll allow that. Okay, so Blittleblorp, you passed. Vimak failed. Cordan passed.
I am the smartest T-Rex you will ever find.
You've got a PhD in dinosaur. Okay. And then Anne?
I didn't hear you say my name, so I wasn't.
I'm sorry,
sure.
Anne, yes. You're close enough. Anne passes with a 23.
23.
Good. Get in there. All right, so
an 18 plus 5.
for those of you who failed, take 21, make it 26 points of psychic damage, and you are stunned. I believe that's just Vimak. Is that correct?
Naturally. Yes.
And then Minsk also failed it, and he will also take that damage. So he's just standing there. All right. And now that's his turn. And as a legendary action, crap. And make a charisma saving throw. Your feet are tied to the ground.
Okay.
Okay. And now it is Blittleblorp's turn, who is no longer stunned.
Yes, little
Although
blorp.
his eyes remain closed, and it's the eyes of the hamster that snap open,
Yes.
and also invoking you can amplify your voice so all creatures within 600 feet can hear you. You hear, I haven't introduced myself. I am Blittleblorp. I seek fulfillment through kicking your ass. And he's going to run up.
He's been waiting for like half an hour to get a turn.
That's right. And he's going all in on the brain.
Okay, go for it.
Do you have any key points left, buddy?
I sure do. I got a couple of them. Let's roll it. I assume it's with advantage with
Yes, it is. Yeah.
our good friend here.
With the T-Rex? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a 17 hit.
It does.
Key point to stun.
What do I got to make?
DC 16.
Con?
Con save.
I failed it. I'll use legendary resistance to pass it.
Excellent. Let's roll.
I'll use one of mine. I
9.
get one of those. So I take 9 points of damage. Okay. Next. That's one attack. Correct?
Am I back?
Yes, you are.
I'm back. So the 9 damage.
Mhm.
I'll roll again.
That'll hit for 7 more damage.
All right. Key point to stun.
I'll fail. I'll use my legendary resistance to pass.
That's dose, right?
That's 2 of them.
That's the extent of my my key points, unfortunately. But
You're burning them.
Bonus
You're
action.
burning him.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Let's do 6 more damage to this guy.
Yes, you will. All right, y'all have done 104 points of damage to this thing.
Wait, what is that
Yes.
second roll that's happening?
So you're saying we've done some brain damage?
What is that 27?
I don't know what that is.
Judging.
Oh, it's 19 plus 8. Okay. Yeah, it was just 27 to hit.
Okay. Oh, I got you. All right, so 27.
I didn't realize my
to hit.
modifier was so high.
All right, so the 27 will hit the giant brain, and you will do damage. So that is your turn. Vimak, you are free. Or did you fail? You're stunned.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
try
stunned.
to get out of it.
No.
Okay.
I don't think Solstice ever got out of the other one, so he's going to try.
Okay. No, he's stuck.
Okay.
Teetered on that 20.
And Minsk.
Minsk.
You need to get out of this thing so you can.
No, Minsk is not getting out of this thing. All right. And now it is Anne's turn.
Anne's turn. I am going to look at Vimak right beside me and cast Healing Word at a 2nd level and say, "We really need you." And heal
For 4.
for 4.
But that's just
I
a bonus
did-
action. You still have your action.
Still got my action. That was the point.
Yeah.
So since that brain is distracted by a giant T-Rex and also a little blorp, that means I get advantage.
That's right. You do.
So out comes my bow.
Okay.
Roast rats.
Nice.
And 1, I can't see them, and 2. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And it is sneak attack.
Yes.
So
it's 19 damage.
19 damage. Okay. All right, so you let loose this arrow. The arrow, it actually pierces through the gray mass, and you see it sticking out the side as it strikes true. The entire thing, the tentacles kind of start moving around as you land that attack. Cordan, it is your turn. No, it's Soto's turn.
Yes,
It's
it
Soto's
is Soto's turn.
Soto is going to move up here, and he is going to cast Bless again, this time targeting Vimak, Anne, and Cordan. So, Vimak, you are now blessed.
I'm a blessed dino?
You are
Blessed
a blessed dino. Yeah.
Blessed.
And then he's going to move back. He will also let out a 2nd level healing word for Vimak. So heal for 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10.
Okay.
And Cordan moves back. All right. And now it is Cordan's turn.
So if I'm a blessed Tyrannosaurus, does that make me the Velocipaster?
Yes.
So help me.
You are the Velocipaster. You are a blessed Tyrannosaurus Rex.
All right. So the T-Rex attack is plus 10 to hit.
Can we get a clip on that? Okay. All right.
So it's a 25.
Now here's the thing. You have advantage, so go ahead and roll in case you crit. So 15 is going to hit. That's fine. Take the 15. All right, so 15 will hit.
So it does 4d12 plus 7.
That's paddling.
That's
Holy crap, that's 39 damage. You get a
Yes.
strength bonus for that, too.
Yeah, it's plus 7. So 39, so 46.
46 damage. Okay. All right, so you reach down, you bite down, you break off one of its tentacles, and you reach back, and you're like chomping down one of the tentacles up top. And blood is just hemorrhaging out the side of it.
This is considered a large creature, right?
It is.
Okay. I'm also going to make a tail attack.
Oh, yes, you are. So you take a bite, you spin around, and try to hit it with your tail. Also with advantage. Go ahead and roll it again. It'll hit. That'll hit. So how much damage is your tail
hoping
do?
that was a 20.
3d8 plus 7.
3d8 plus 7.
Oh my gosh, you are rolling wonderfully.
20. Oh, you are rolling hot. Okay, hang on. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah. All right. It is.
Roar again as a bonus action.
You're gonna roar again. What does the roar do?
Nothing. I just.
All right, so
I
you
just
take
find
a
it
bite, you
invigorating.
swing over, you nail it with the tail. You look over and you hear Elminster saying, "You better hurry!" And he's letting go another lightning bolt down the hall. As more and more 29. Okay, hang on. There are several dead Mind Flayer in the hallway. It is now this thing's turn. And it's going to run over and start attacking Minsk. Even stunned, Minsk cannot be hit. Even stunned, Minsk cannot be hit. All right, top of the round. Okay, so it's its turn now. It's going to see if it recharges. Nope. Well, just disregard that. Disregard that.
No, I like that one better.
Kill me.
Where it was teetering, I liked that one.
All right. Little Blorp, Cordan, and Vimak and Minsk all have to make intelligence saving throws
We
from the
get a
Mind Blast.
D4.
If I'm
Correct.
already stunned, though, do I?
Still roll it because it's whether or not you take the
Okay.
damage. And that's 10
Hold on.
plus.
Like,
I'm confused.
I got a 12.
You
And
failed.
what's blessed?
It gives you an extra D4.
Okay.
Vimak is out.
And I'm stunned.
The dinosaur is stunned. Ellie is stunned. Little Blorp is stunned. And Minsk is stunned. So everyone who failed... let me roll it over here.
Oh yeah, I get the T-Rex's hit points.
You do. Take 24 points of damage from Mind Blast.
Jeez.
Yeah, I only have 136 in time.
I can't uncanny dodge to have that, can I?
I'll give it to you.
Okay,
I'll give it to you.
12.
How much
Let
was
Let me
doing
look
now.
at my evasion.
24.
Gotta try and get in on this.
I'm not going to say... I don't think you can uncanny that. It's a spell effect. I don't think you can do that.
So,
Shouldn't say anything.
24.
Yeah. All right.
And mine's an ultra dex. Little Blorp is down.
Little Blorp is down. Okay.
No.
Little Blorp is down. Okay. And who... Okay, so it's Little Blorp's turn. Make a death saving throw.
Oh, it's my turn already.
So do these get to-
Let's do. I forgot. Where? Well, I'll just roll a d20 because I can't find it. But a dupe,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen,
That's 2
I'll
fails.
fail 2 saving throws.
That's 2 death saving throws failed.
Ba-boom, ba-boom.
All right. It is now Vimak's turn, who is finally...
just went down.
Huh?
How's it 2 if he just went down?
Because you rolled a 1.
Oh,
Oh,
one
that
counts
eats
as
2?
Yeah.
Oh.
A 20 is completely out of it, right?
Yeah. 1 is 2 fails.
Okay. I have no healing. All right.
Tell the cat
So,
the other side of the room.
yeah. On the pounce. All right. I guess I'll just try to hit this thing.
Danny,
You
get on
are...
What's that?
I said, Danny, get on my back.
Oh, I'm going to jump off the back onto the brain itself and just hammer down on it.
You're going to go jump in it? Okay.
Yeah.
You do get to roll with advantage because it is still flanked by the massive dinosaur.
Does that still count even if they're stunned?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I ain't trying to cheat. All right.
Technically, Anne is still threatening it.
All right. So first attack.
Would you be distracted by a stunned dinosaur right behind you?
That'll hit. Roll for damage.
Okay.
I would be.
I would be.
Where's the damage?
Oh, does the
I
stun?
think you have to click the roll damage.
13 damage. All right. So you run up, you grab your giant maul, you bury it into it. Now you've been sitting here forever, and the tension, the pressure as you run up, you leap down. And my question is, what does this look like?
Yes!
It's gonna just like embed in it, and I'm gonna rip it back up, and brains are just gonna go everywhere.
All right. So there's an explosion of brain of everything as the tentacles flay out and then just drop to the ground. Immediately, the music stops. And for the first time since you've been down here, you don't hear the music anymore. You have silenced the music. As you bring the massive maul down, the brain drops down, the tentacles down on the ground, and then you look over, and the things that were stunned by it are back up. Now, as all this is happening, Soto runs over and shouts out a healing word to Blittleblorp. Blittleblorp, you are stable.
Excellent.
I will also shout out more healing
Okay.
to Blittleblorp to
So
help bring him
Blittleblorp,
up.
you get like 7 hit points off of that. So you're kind of coming to as you look over and you see Vimak just continuing to just drop the maul into the brain to make sure the job is done. But as you do, the entire room begins to shake as you quickly realize that the brain itself was holding the pillars of this place together. And you hear Elminster says, "Quickly, gather!" And he quickly gathers everybody together as the room and everything is starting shaking and the rocks and everything are falling out. Yes, Anne.
She just wants to look around and see if there's anything important to grab.
All right, you look over. There is a table where the mind flayers were. There's a lot of stuff on the table. You grab your bag of holding.
Fill
and
the bag of holding and just grab
fill
it
the
all.
bag of holding. As you do that, Elminster takes a cue from you. Everyone goes next to the table, and he gathers everyone close, and he releases this incantation, and you all just dissipate. And as right before you leave, you look up and you see this giant boulder falling, and everyone dissipates right before the boulder smashes where you were.
Nice.
Everyone escapes the room, and you return back to the tavern in Undercliff.
Yes.
And that is where we will pick up next week for episode 21. Everyone will be level 9 as we have finished a major story point. You have finally defeated Mother.